going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Melanated. Thought we talk about things that affect the black community. I am Reggie O.
And I am Mimi the lady.
And what a lovely lady she is.
From Chicka Wow Wow.
All right. We got a very interesting show. And I'll get to the reason why I came up with this title in just a few minutes. It's called We Have No Friends. Now, why do I say that? Not too long ago on my Twitter feed, I had posted on. I was actually responding to a tweet that somebody had posted earlier. I think it was Tariq Nasheed. Shout out to that brother. I follow Tariq all the time, and there was this guy that posted on my feed saying that, because I basically had said, black people, just go ahead and cut their check, and I posted a link to our Cut the Check. Well, I Cut the Check podcast, which in my personal opinion is one of our better podcasts. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. All of them are, but that was real informative.
Oh yeah, that was very informative.
Shout out to Michael Wright.
No doubt. Brother-in-law in the house. But anyway, he the guy's name is called American Cholo. He has a YouTube channel as well, and I peeped some of his YouTube channel, and he has a whole lot of anti-black rhetoric in his podcast. He talks just like a white supremacist. And he's Hispanic. But then against a lot of Hispanics out there that claim white. So that being said, basically what he was saying was, if anyone deserves reparations, it's Native Americans and Hispanics. And so I clapped back at him. And I said, number one, Native Americans already get reparations. And I gave him examples. Free medical, free housing, free schooling, and plus they get a check. I know this for a fact. I know a lot of Native Americans, and they get all of that. They might not take advantage of it, but they do have it. And number two, name one Hispanic that was ever a slave in the United States. I have yet to get a response from him.
Right. And you won't.
So, that's why I came up with this whole thing about we have no friends, because every time you hear a black politician, they're always talking about black and brown, black and brown, black and brown. But you never hear the Hispanic politicians talking about brown and black. Have you?
No. I mean, no.
You haven't, have you?
No.
Have you ever heard any other politician like East Indian and black? Have you heard them say anything? What about, let's just say, Nigerian and black? Have you heard them say anything?
Absolutely not. Because they don't even think they're black. No pun intended, but hey, they'll tell you that themselves.
Oh yeah, they will tell you that. I've heard them say it.
I went to school with several of them.
Oh yeah, me too. Me too. Went to college with a whole bunch of them. I broke one cat down and told him, man, I'll get into that later. But anyway, that's the subject of today's show, man, is that we have no friends. And hopefully we get a lot of feedback on that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, let's go ahead and get the music cracking. Hold on. I turned the music off. That was stupid. But anyway, yeah. While I'm doing this, how was your week, babe?
It was good. Little tiresome as always, but when I tell you I slept like Sleeping Beauty yesterday.
Man, she slept all day. Literally.
I had plans to get up. Shout out to Gwen. I was supposed to go with her and do some things, turn some corners, but babe, I could not open my eyes.
She couldn't. Every time she would wake up and go right back to sleep.
I guess that's a sign. Angela always tell me, you need to get your rest. And I guess that's a sign the old body was saying, baby, stop. Let's lay it down. And so I pretty much slept all day yesterday. But I do want to give a kudos to you for a moment.
Yes.
July 20th, 2020.
Oh.
We started this old thing called the Melanated Thought Podcast.
Oh, man. How long ago was that?
So I want to shout out to you and say kudos to you, my love, for 2 years now and 200,000 more to go. Absolutely.
And that's what's up. That's what's up. When I first.
Congratulations to you.
Oh, congratulations to you as well, man. Because to be honest with you, I started the show by myself, and it wasn't really getting that much of a buzz. And I'd be the first to tell anybody that. But once I started with my wife, man, we started getting some buzz, and we got a little bit of an audience going, man. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm loving it, man. So, yeah, we loving this thing, man. We hope to keep bringing you people the real, like we always do.
Absolutely.
That's it. Yes, indeed. Feed the need.
A real melanated thought.
Hell yeah, that's it. That's all it is, man. You know, that's all it is. And we got to keep our people informed, man, because
Absolutely.
we don't have enough talk. We don't have enough podcasts like this. I mean, you'll turn on the YouTube and you'll see a whole bunch of celebrity gossip podcasts and a whole bunch of ratchet bullshit podcasts. But you never hear anything. You know, it's rare that you hear. Well, there's a few out there. I mean, you got my sister Vicky Dillard. I love her. Mm-hmm. She's off the chain. You might not like him, but Jason Black, I like his show.
I'll just say I like Roland Martin.
Yeah,
you don't like him.
Yeah. But yeah, okay, yeah, Roland Martin. I'll get into it later. But anyway, yeah. But it's a few out there to keep black people informed. Mm-hmm. You know, Tariq Nasheed, that's my brother. Shout out to that brother. And I hope he gets that rally together going on in D.C. I told you about that before. It's going to be in October, I think.
Right.
So if we're able to go, we'll definitely be out there, you know, pumping the black power fist and everything, showing our support. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed. But yeah, we got a few shows out there like that, but not very many. But anyway.
But other than that, it was a work week. Last weekend we didn't do a show because we was in OKC.
Yes, indeed. Went to go see Mom.
See the in-laws, spend
Yes,
time with them.
Oh yeah, kicked it with them, man. Kicked it with them. That's always a good experience, man.
Yeah, it's always time to it just feel like I've been somewhere and got some, you know, just every now and then pack a bag and get out the city for a while, and I love it.
Oh yeah.
I really love it.
Oh yeah.
Then go see them and spend time with them, so that's always good too.
Oh yeah, it's always good to see the parents, man. You know, I'm glad that we're able to actually get out of town to go see them.
Absolutely.
No doubt about it, man, because you know they're older now. We gotta keep up with them, make sure they're still kicking it.
Like my daddy just said, my granny said too, gotta lay eyes on you.
Exactly, gotta lay eyes on them. Gotta lay eyes on them. Gotta lay eyes on them. But
and your week was just another week?
You know what? I got some good news. I think you know what that news is.
Okay, I wonder. I didn't know. That's why I didn't bring it up. Okay.
Yeah, your boy is switching places of employment.
Woo, clap, 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 clap.
Oh yeah, applaud that. You know, it's a little bit more paper in the pocket. You know, that's the main reason why, and that is like literally 10 minutes away from home. So.
Oh Lord, he gonna be coming home on lunch, harassing me.
Yeah,
it is. It's literally like 10 minutes away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It really is. It's 10 minutes away, y'all. So that was a good thing. So that was a pretty good.
That's good though. I guess it all came in time because you just paid your car off. Gas prices they gone down, but they still astronomical. Yep. So that offset will be good.
Oh yeah, it'll be real cool, man. I hope so. But you know.
But congratulations to you, my love.
Thank you, babe.
Never give up learning. Never give up striving. That's what I'm learning.
I tell folks that all the time, man. So, and you know, before we get the show started and get into the current events and the books and all that good stuff, we have some unfortunate news to talk about. We lost probably, in a lot of people's opinion, one of the greatest, if not the greatest basketball player to ever touch the ball.
Whoop, whoop.
Yes, indeed. I mean, me and my wife both are big basketball fans.
All right.
And this brother right here, I'm going to put his picture up.
B-ball till I fall.
Yes, indeed, baby. And this brother, it's a little bit of a delay on the big screen, but that's okay. This brother right here, he has won 11, count 'em, 11 NBA rings.
Yes, sir.
Nobody else has done that yet.
He got them on all his finger plus a toe.
There you go, right there.
Plus a toe.
Plus a toe.
Wow.
Bill Russell. Like I said, a lot of people think he's the greatest ever, and I wouldn't disagree with that.
Me neither.
I would not disagree with
his
that.
Humbleness.
Oh man, he was real humble.
His humanitarianism.
Oh my God.
I have nothing negative to say.
No.
I don't know what went on behind the scene, but from what I've seen since I've been a b-ball fan, I have nothing negative to say.
Nothing negative to say about Mr. Bill Russell. So
all the old heads to the young heads always say great things.
People that knew him, exactly. People that actually knew him, knew Bill Russell was like
Shaq. To hear Shaq talk about this, man,
oh man,
and to see him talk about him and tear up, man. I wish I could have met him in person, because I would just want to just look at him first of all, just to hold my neck back, just because he's so tall. Looking up at him, and then just to hear him speak. They said he was a phenomenal man, just not in basketball, but in life in general.
Exactly. You know, really good humanitarian, like you know, like my wife said before. You know, he was really active in the civil rights movement. I guess that's the main thing that really got my attention about Bill Russell. I'm not much of a Celtics fan, but I'm a Bill Russell fan.
Right.
And like you said, Shaq had nothing but good things to say about him. Michael Jordan had nothing but good things to say about him. Even Charles Barkley, believe it or not, had nothing but good things to say about him. Let me see who else. My favorite basketball player, Julius Dr. J. Irving, had nothing but good things to say about Bill Russell. Bill Russell was was the first black coach in the NBA, the very first black coach. On top of that, he was a player coach.
He was. President Obama gave him the Medal of Freedom.
Yes.
And I think it was, I want to say 2011.
Right.
He had to see, so I'm going to say Uncle Biden. President Obama had to put the little necklace around his neck. He had to stand. It was so funny.
He was so tall.
Yeah, he was so tall. Yeah.
But rest in peace to Bill Russell, man.
And peace and comfort to his family.
No doubt about it, man. And this lady right here, beautiful lady inside and out, Mary Alice, that was a pretty woman.
Absolutely.
Even in her old age, she was a pretty woman. They just go to show you the black don't crack, man. I mean, I think one of the first things I ever saw her in, I don't know if you remember seeing this or not, babe, but I remember seeing it back in the day. It's called Sparkle. Remember that old school movie?
Absolutely.
Yeah. She played the mother in Sparkle. She also played a mother in the movie Beat Street.
Oh, see, I think no, I never saw. I think I have seen, but I don't remember.
And she also played the Oracle in one of the Matrix movies.
Never seen that.
So, but yeah.
But I know her from my old college days, looking at A Different World.
A Different World,
she played the house mother.
Yes, she did.
House mother.
Yep, she did.
Yeah, so I knew her from that. And plus, she also played in it was a movie she played with it lose my memory, but okay, it's the movie that I can't think of her name, but it's when she was crying and she was talking to Denzel Washington. Her and Denzel Washington were husband and Fences.
Oh,
Fences. She was in the original adaptation of August Wilson played Fences with James Earl Jones.
Yes, she was. She sure was. She sure was. You're absolutely right. She sure was. She sure was.
Yeah.
She was in that. Got a Tony for that too.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So peace and comfort to her family as well.
Yes, indeed.
She would be truly. I think she was like, what, 80?
She was 81, 82?
Yeah, 85.
85, was she?
85.
Something like that. I know she was in the 80s. And last but not least, this lady right here, for those of you that are Star Trek fans, know who this lady is, man. Especially the brothers, because pretty much every black person, every black man with a pulse during that time had a crush on this lady. Nichelle Nichols. Another one, man. She was really big on civil rights as well, because she was like she set the trend for a lot of sisters acting on television, because she was on Star Trek and she didn't get killed off. That's the beauty of it.
Wow.
So that's the beauty of it. And she also played in some of the Star Trek movies, as a matter of fact. I think she played in all of them. Yeah, she played in all the Star Trek movies, except for the newer ones. All the older ones she played in.
So how many original cast members are left? It's just Kirk, Kirk. What's his name?
Captain Kirk. You're right.
What's his real name? William Shatner.
William Shatner. George Takei. He's still alive.
That's the
Sulu.
Japanese.
Yeah, that's Sulu.
Okay.
Yeah, he's still alive. And I think Scotty is still alive. I don't have to look it up. But anyway, yeah, she's one of the original cast members of Star Trek. So, and again, I had a huge crush on her. She had a beautiful voice too. People don't know she could sing, but she could sing.
Really?
Yeah, she was a dancer as well.
So, I didn't know that either.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she didn't keep that tight body just by eating pinto beans and cornbread. You feel me?
Moving on.
I'm sorry, babe.
Peace and comfort to her and her family.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Now we can get into the books. All right, hold on. Let me pull up my stuff real quick. Oh, yeah, here we go. Get into the books. Every black person should read at least once in a lifetime. Wait for Malcolm to come up with Sister Betty and two of his daughters. This is my wife's favorite part of the show. And that's cool. I love that fact that she likes that. That's this part of the show.
Absolutely.
I only had 3 books today. and some books that I've talked about before. One of them is this book right here, Message to the Black Man in America by Elijah Muhammad. This book is a staple for those of you who are members of the Nation of Islam. I think it's a must read if I make no mistake. I know a few members of the NOI, and if I make no mistake, I think it's a must read if I make no mistake. I'll have to ask, but anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a must read.
What do you mean? It's like part of their curriculum?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a must read. Because it talks about a lot of the teachings that the brother minister Elijah Muhammad taught. And I'm gonna call him by his proper moniker, brother minister Elijah Muhammad, even though I'm not a Muslim. I was almost a Muslim though, but didn't quite do that. But anyway, this is definitely a good read. It goes along the lines of what we're talking about, because the one thing that Elijah Muhammad always taught was self-reliance, not to rely on anybody. Because we are in this alone. It's always been about us and nobody else, because nobody else is going to help us but us. And that's pretty much what he's talking about on that. So definitely get this book if you haven't read it already. It's been out for a while. So definitely check that book out. And another book that I have is a book I've talked about on this show several times over, The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code by Dr. Neely Fuller Jr. Definitely along the lines of what we're talking about today. Because it talks about pretty much racism and what it is and how to deal with it. So if you don't have this book, you need to get it. I mean, you can't get it. I mean, I got mine from Amazon, so you can definitely get it. One of our regular listeners, Leslie Deloney brother, that brother right there, he has a book. He has this book. I know he has it because he's talked about it on several occasions. So definitely get this book. And this last book by Dr. Claude Anderson is a newer book. It's not really new, but it's newer than those two books. Those books have been around for a while. It's called Black Labor, White Love, The Search for Power, Economic Justice in America. So this is a good book. Talks about how black people can be self-reliant financially, as opposed to asking for a handout, by the white government, which ain't gonna do shit for us anyway. Anyway, that's all I got.
Gotta get the little bootstraps. Per they say.
Yeah, they always say that, but then again, it's kind of difficult to pull yourself by your bootstraps when you don't have any boots to strap up.
Right.
So there's that. But anyway, that's all I got.
And now to my
I love this part right here.
Segment of the show.
My favorite segment. Yes. Bold words from a black woman. What you got today?
Absolutely. I'm gonna wait till her picture pops up.
Yeah.
Miriam Wright Edelman.
Ooh.
I didn't have time to do research, but I'm gonna claim as one of my family members.
She probably is.
So I'm gonna go ahead and claim her.
Do you know where she's from?
I just saw that. Hold on. Oh shoot! Wait a minute. I lost my page. Because I was reading it, I was thinking, could she be a Southerner? Would be nice if she's a Southerner.
Well, during the Great Migration, a lot of people moved from the South to the North.
Right.
So she might be.
No. She's not.
Where's she from?
Birmingham,
Alabama.
What this is? Hold on. Sorry, my computer froze. Sorry. But okay, this is the quote that I like to read for her today. You're not obligated to win. You're obligated to keep trying to do the best you can every day. Miriam Wright.
That's dope.
I like that sentiment because that's what I try to do every day.
She does,
I try to be obligent. That's my word. I don't know if it's a right word, but I love to use obligent to win. I strive to win. I'm a fall. I'm a fail. I'm a lose. I'm not gonna call myself a loser. Never gonna do that.
Never do that.
But if I do win, kudos to me. Kudos to the person I was helping, or kudos to whatever I was anticipating trying to do.
Right.
And if I lose, like that old saying say, try again.
Yeah, I mean,
Be like
because
that. Keep trying. And sometimes everything is not for everybody.
I was always told, man, if you don't lose, if you don't fall, you never know how to get back up.
Right.
I mean, that's what I was always told. I mean,
Absolutely.
and there's some truisms to that.
Absolutely.
It really is. It's a whole lot of truth to that. So yeah, if you don't fall, you never know how to get back up again.
Okay, she was born in 1939 in Bennettsville, South Carolina.
Oh, she might. Hey,
She
might
could be.
She might be.
Southerner. Her father was a Baptist minister.
Oh, okay. She's a
Yeah.
PK.
She's a PK. But shout out to Miss Mary. I love that sentiment because, you know, sometimes obligation is good and sometimes obligations is not.
Yeah.
But you got to keep doing it to be your best. Don't let nobody else take that from you. Do your best every single day.
No doubt.
And
No
I would also like
doubt.
to say, she's still living. She's still going strong. And she is the founder and president of the Children's Defense Fund.
Yes. I wonder if you want to mention that.
Yeah, so she is really headstrong about our children. So kudos to her.
Somebody has to be.
I just would say that somebody got to take care of these kids because, I don't know about our government.
Oh, please.
They just trying to bring them into poverty for no reason.
Among other things. So, anyway.
But shout out to Sister Elderman.
No doubt about it. And again, she might be related to y'all. At least came from the same plantation your ancestors
Absolutely.
came from. You never know.
Absolutely. Go ahead to the first
Let's go to the current events.
current event of the day.
You got some good ones too.
Yeah, you picked some good ones. We got some good ones that made headline news. So, First one, quote unquote, somebody heard us. Department of Justice to look for civil rights violation and illegal dumping of bodies, other waste in Black Houston neighborhood. This is right up the street from us, Houston, Texas.
Right.
And this is so horrific that they was taking dead bodies and sewer waste and hazard waste and just dumping it in a low-end Black neighborhood. Damn. Yeah. Well, it's a historical Black and Latino neighborhood, but that is just gross. And so what they mean by somebody heard of us, what they call the HOA, but what they call the super neighborhood president in the area is called the Trinity Houston Gardens, a Black and Latino neighborhood, has been fighting for justice for so long. And so they finally said, so what this is saying to us is in terms of the Department of Justice that somebody heard us and they see that this is absolutely ridiculous. Can you believe that they just go and take a undeserving or I guess they call impoverished neighborhood and just dumb.
This is nothing new.
Just dumb.
I mean, let's just be honest. This happens all the time.
Rodents and mosquitoes.
Yeah,
and
they don't care.
Contaminated water and
I'm telling you, they don't care. I mean, because it's not in an affluent white neighborhood.
But dead
that's why they don't
bodies,
care.
though?
It
Really?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I said, this is the first time something like this has happened. This happens all the time.
But they're not concerned about the citizens that live there that's probably in some form of good health. They can get exposed to that.
I know that.
That's
They know it too.
ridiculous.
They don't
That's
care.
just-
I'm telling you, they don't care.
Oh my God. Well, kudos to them that they finally get it. Hopefully they'll go all the way and get their part of the neighborhood cleaned up. And shout out to Houston's Mayor Sylvester Turner. I must admit, I have some reservations for him, but since he's been in office, he has been doing a little for the Black and brown citizens of Houston. So shout
I
out to him.
don't know
for a
much
little
about
bit.
his politics though. I really don't.
That's why I
I
say
mean,
one minute he say some things, then one minute he say something else. Because I didn't really
Yeah.
like his statement about what he said about what's the rapper that had the concert there and then they got trampled on.
I forgot his name.
He go with the Kardashian girl.
Yeah. I forgot his name.
Yeah, I
that
forgot
quick.
too. But he was all like, yeah, we're gonna take care of it. And then when the cameras got in his face, he did a whole 360.
Of course.
So I didn't really like his flip flop on that, but I appreciate him taking into consideration these residents and getting this cleaned up immediately. So shout out to the citizens of Trinity Houston Gardens.
Yeah.
And hopefully they'll get a way of living and a better sense of smell, because I'm pretty sure it smells.
Oh man, the
in that
smell is
area.
horrific. You already
Yeah.
know that. Man, it's stinking to high heaven over there.
Right. Illegal dumping is everywhere, but not in somebody's neighborhood.
Oh,
That's
they don't
crazy.
care. I'm telling you, they do not care. I'm telling you what I know. They don't care. It happens all the time.
Moving on.
What you got?
I read about this story the other day, and I saw one of the young men, Kevin Lopez. He didn't really want to do an interview, but I saw one of his friends did it for him. Quote unquote, an American tragedy.
Okay.
Judge overturns conviction of forgotten Central Park defendant.
Oh, yes.
I know we mentioned this before, because this is something that old Trump was behind. Well, he wasn't really behind. He was behind it, trying to get it done negatively. Talking about they need to be convicted, blah, 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 blah. But eventually the other 5 have gotten exonerated. But for some reason, his took a long time. Do you understand why it took so long for him? 'Cause I know he had took a plea for something else, so he wouldn't get a long sentence. But why did it take this long for his to be exonerated?
Well, first of all, let me just say this.
Absolutely.
And all I got to say about that is this right here. It's about damn time. But yeah, that brother, he went down because he was told. Now, this is what he was told by the person that was interviewing him during the time he was being persecuted for this crime that him or them other cats didn't commit. He was told that he could go home if he signed a confession. Well, obviously they lied. Because them brothers went to jail for something they didn't even have nothing to do with. I mean, the woman said right there and said she don't remember who it was. She don't remember what they looked like.
Right.
But again, you got to blame somebody, and who you gonna blame? Somebody black.
But in this case, what I was just gonna say, in this case, they really can't blame, 'cause they was Latinos and blacks. And I know they said we all look alike, but I ain't never seen a black man look like a Latino.
I've seen some black people. I've seen some black Latinos. Don't get me wrong.
Exactly, but they don't look like each other.
They look like us.
Yeah.
For the most part, but still.
But yeah, that's why when she made that, they just ran with it and just convicted these young men. But
for no reason.
I mean, I know it's a long time overdue, but kudos to him. I believe he's like 51 now.
Didn't the person that prosecute them, didn't she have like a book deal or some shit like that? That went on a New York Times bestseller list? She's dead now, ain't she?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's 48 now, and he was 15 when he accepted a plea deal.
Yeah, I remember that one.
But he accepted a plea deal for a robbery earlier, but he accepted that deal because he didn't want to be convicted of this heinous crime that she claimed that they did. And if anybody knows what we're talking about, they were called the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They called the Central Park 5, but they indicted 6 people on the indictment. So he was that 6th one. Yeah. So kudos to him. This was back in 1989. A rape and robbery of a New York jogger in Central Park.
Yeah, I remember that. And the guy that did it finally fessed up to it and said that he did it.
One man confessed, but they took down 6.
Yeah.
Tried to take down 6. Well, they did take
down 5. They did take
down
6, man. Because they ruined
the other 6,
them.
he was already in jail.
Yeah, they ruined them completely. They'll never be the same again.
So. I mean, even one of the guys, I forgot his name, who was giving a testimony, he was one of the ones that was convicted. He said even though the compensation is good, it's still not going to erase what happened to him. All the time he lost with his family. They were both teenagers, like all of them were like between the ages of 14 and 16.
Yeah, they were small, man.
You know, they were young. And
they was real young. They were scared to death, man. They wanted to go home.
Listen to grown men telling them, no, son, it's going to be okay. Just sign your name on this piece of paper, and didn't realize they signed a confession. They were signing a confession. Yeah. There wasn't no problem to it.
They didn't call their parents or nothing. They just told them, hey, go ahead and sign this. We know you did it, so just go ahead and sign it.
And at that age, I'm not trying to be funny, but at that age, they probably didn't even know the law.
They didn't.
So they just believed in what these grown men was telling them.
Oh, no, it's not about being funny. They didn't know. They didn't know. They flat out didn't know.
And detectives. I'm not saying nothing against it, but they believe in the law. Yeah, they were going to protect them.
You're right.
In actuality, they hurt them.
That's right. That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
Well, kudos to him, and
I'm glad.
Hopefully everything will work in his favor and he can get back to some kind of normal life.
Whatever that is.
True. Moving on.
Moving right along.
quote unquote, I do not feel we can perform our duty. Now, this story right here had me giggling. I'm sorry if anybody take offense to it, but the entire mean whole, all, everyone, police department quits after town hires black, female, quote unquote, progressively responsible manager.
What?
Yeah. Officials in a North Carolina town has decided not to take any actions after the police chief, the entire department, and 2 town clerks stepped down in protest of the hiring of the new town manager. She's a black lady. Her name is Justine Jones. She was hired on June 2nd to be the manager of a small town of 2,000 people in a small town that's right outside of Raleigh. Now,
I can see why you laugh.
I'm thinking like a police department that small. If it's 2,000 people, they probably had about maybe like a Barney Fife and maybe another one. So maybe like 2 or 3 police officers.
With one bullet in the gun.
Exactly. A chief like Andy Griffin. So that's 4 or 5 people right there. The city manager, that's 6. And 2 clerks, that's 8 people. You mean tell me this black woman intimidated 8 people that they will quit their jobs? But of course, you know, they always come with that same old saying that they call black people. She really made it uncomfortable for a working environment, and I did not feel that we could perform our duties and services to the community.
Hey, babe, let me ask you a question. How many times have you heard that about yourself?
Oh my God.
I'm just
And
saying.
had the people who say I have never held a conversation with.
You know what? Exactly
You
my
know.
point. And that's what I'm getting at. How many times have you heard that?
I
For those of you
baby,
that,
this melanin skin we carry.
let me tell you something. Let me tell everybody something real quick before you continue. For those of you who don't know, my wife is an accountant, an accomplished one at that. You know what I mean? And so she was a manager. She was an accounting manager. Okay, she was accounting manager at one point, which means she told people what to do.
Pretty much. I really didn't tell him. I asked him kindly.
Well, yeah. She told him what to do. Yeah. She do him like she do me. She did him like she does me. She told him what to do.
No, I asked him kindly.
Yeah.
You know, I put a little butter on there. Look at here, sweetheart. Sugar. Darling. Now, I know to call her by their name, but I gave him the respect, but you're not a child. I'm not going to continue to repeat myself.
Of course not. You shouldn't have to. Not to an adult.
And I think, like you're about to tell me to cut you off, but they probably looked at her, black woman, professional, stern in her words, took it as being a quote-unquote, forgive me for saying it, she's a black bitch.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
See, that's why I asked you that question. That's why I asked you that question. That's exactly the reason why I asked you that. Because you already know someone going to see you like that.
But why? Because she's accomplished in her field. She got the job, I'm pretty sure, on pure merit. I'm pretty sure she didn't know nobody or had to do anything illegal to get the position. So that means you will quit your job. Because I couldn't see another reason why you would quit your job. Even if this woman had the worst attitude ever, sometimes you got to kill them with kindness. So you mean to tell me you couldn't go within yourself to kill someone with kindness to keep your position?
Right.
A police chief? You are a police chief. And you're going to walk off the job. Wow.
Because she was intimidated by a black woman. That's pretty much what it was.
Because she's over him, that means she'll be telling him what to do. That's how I'm looking at it.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. That's exactly
Unbelievable. But I'm sorry, this story made me giggle.
As it should.
Because I'm like,
hell,
damn.
You know what? When I sent you that story, I kind of laughed and chuckled myself. I'm like, really? They walked off the job because of that. That's dumb.
That's asinine.
Very.
And it's another word I want to use, but I went to church today. I'm not going to use it. But it started with an F.
I'll say it.
And end with up.
I'll say it. It was fucked up.
It was.
I'll say it. If you want, I will.
That's sad. You mean tell me this is what we come to now? So is everybody gonna be walking off their job when somebody with color get a position over them?
Yes, answer your own question. A lot of them will.
Maybe some of us will start getting those positions then.
Well, think about this for a second. When President Obama became president, how many people hated it?
That's true.
And a lot of them quit.
Yeah, they quit, walked off the job. Yeah, I heard that about that too. Since Kamala has become vice president, I heard a lot of people walked off because of her. But I think it's just because of her mannerism.
And she ain't even black. I don't
Yeah,
know why
that's
they
what
tripping
I
on that.
think it's just her mannerism, though. I don't even think. No, I take that back. That's not the same story. I think it's just her mannerism.
Yeah, she is kind of an a-hole. But anyway.
But Hope Sister Jones, go in there, work your jelly, hold your position down, and don't let nobody intimidate you.
Hello.
And if you need to hire a whole new staff, hire a whole new staff.
There you go. You probably didn't need them anyway.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you probably don't want to work with nobody. Think they probably gonna try to make your life a living hell
Exactly.
anyway.
That's exactly what they would have done if they would have stayed.
They probably tried, and she must have told them, "Oh no." How do Arnett J say, "Oh no, oh no," and they must be like, "Oh, we're not gonna be able to push this one here."
Exactly.
So they quit.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
In the words of Kyle Barker from Living Single, bye bye. No, he just bye bye. I can't get it. Yeah, bye bye. I mean, cause damn, you gonna walk off your job. Moving on.
There we go. What you got?
A Florida sergeant arrested and charged with assault on female officer who tried to stop him from using excessive force on a suspect. Now, if I'm reading this story right, he insulted his own worker, his own coworker.
Yeah. See, they was arresting this black dude. They already had to do the arrest. He was already handcuffed and everything. And so he decided to get a few extra licks in.
Right, and she was trying to stop
And she tried to stop him, and she got her ass kicked.
And the suspect was already handcuffed and everything, yeah. And so he pulled out the pepper spray and pointed toward her. And then the man is already handcuffed, pointed toward him. Excessive. Now, who's in the wrong here?
Oh, you already know who it was.
Okay, now what's to be done about it?
He needs to lose his damn job.
That's what I said too. But of course, people, you know,
he got the complexion for the protection.
I just say he's a white officer. Well, I don't know. He could be Hispanic by his
It don't matter. They
name.
claim white. We can ready to talk about that. Remember?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, I don't know. He could be. It's police. P-U-L-L-E-A-S-E. Polisi. Christopher Polisi.
No, it's not Hispanic.
But I just you gonna hit your own partner because she was trying to stop you. Cause you, first of all, you don't even know. She probably was trying to let you know that somebody probably was recording it. You don't even know. You just swinging her, then pepper sprayed her. That's crazy. These people getting out of hand. And again, like I said before, Stacey Abrams, love you dearly, my friend. Paying them more money, I don't think it's going to get any better.
It's going to get worse, in my opinion, if you pay them more money. Because you're going to get all kinds of yahoos coming up there trying to be a cop.
Because if they don't have any decorum right now, the pay they get now.
Oh, my God.
What do you think they're going to be doing?
They're going to act the damn fool.
Exactly. I mean, I keep trying to give police officer the benefit of the doubt, but like they getting worse.
I mean, pardon my French, man. They're going to be whooping niggas left and right. Come on.
And getting a fat paycheck to do
Thank you. Exactly. And I don't even like using that word. Come on, but that's exactly what's getting ready to happen.
Oh yeah. Where's the law and order of it all?
There isn't any.
Don't you take an oath when you become a police officer?
Yep.
Is it somewhere in there that says whoop all ass at all times or something?
Not whoop all black people's ass all times, you mean?
Exactly. He told her, I will remove your fucking soul from your fucking body. Wow.
Damn. He went there.
He went there. And again, I ask you, should she quit her? Should she keep her job and he get fired?
Yep.
Should they just be separated in the departments? What should happen here?
Well, see, this is what happens, and that's why I brought that book up, The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code.
So right now, I'm going to cut you up, but right now he's on desk duty.
See, I'm getting to that. Mm-hmm. See, and that's what I mean by people reading that book, The Compensatory Counter-Racist Code, because Neely Fuller talks about this all the time. Mm-hmm. Normally, whenever something like that happens to a white supremacist, and that's exactly what he was. Mm-hmm. When something happens like that to a white supremacist, they never really lose their jobs.
Right.
They just get transferred out.
Mm-hmm. But see, you should know better because he's been in this field for 21 years.
Oh, yeah, they're just going to transfer him out. He has tenure.
That's what I'm saying. I've just been saying it because he's been there forever. They're not going to let him. He's heading toward, what is that they get when do they get retirement? They get something else, don't they?
Yeah, it's retirement.
He's heading toward retirement, so why would they let that pension?
Yeah.
So they don't want him to lose his pension. And I think he done worked out at least 21 years for it.
That's exactly it.
I think if he get fired, he'll get nothing.
Again, they protect their own,
and
like
I'm pretty sure he's part of the quote-unquote union.
Yeah, you know he is.
So
he's been there that long.
You know. Well, kudos to her. I hope everything worked in her favor. I hope it worked out for everybody, especially the young man who was assaulted as well while he was handcuffed. Something gonna have to be done.
I agree with you.
Wow.
100%.
Unbelievable. Moving on.
Move right along.
Quote unquote, burning from the inside out. This story is close to home, y'all. Me and Sweet Pea talked about this, and Lord knows, okay, let me go ahead and read this story. A Dallas Taco Bell is sued over manager throwing scalding water on black customers, disfiguring a teen girl.
Damn. Yeah, we talked about this one.
This story has made national news.
Yes, it has.
I'm just going to give you a little backdrop of what happened. They went through the line twice.
2 times.
Because they kept messing up their order.
2 times.
Taco Bell has a, minimum price menu. These people paid $32. That means that must have been quite a,
It was a lot of food.
A lot of food.
Yeah.
They went through the line twice.
Not once.
So they chose to go on the inside.
Okay. Now stop for a second, baby. How many times to go through the line?
Twice.
One more again?
Doors.
Okay, thank you. And they still fucked up the order. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
No,
but
you're right.
Okay.
So they decided to go on the inside. Customers in line, quote unquote witnesses, cameras, all said they did not go in with the attitude. They were just trying to get their orders corrected. And one of the person that was behind the counter, which I felt like, I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's my spirit. It was a young man, but I'm pretty sure he was a she, because he was trying to fight the girl.
Wow.
Now, why is this boy, he ain't a man, trying to fight this girl?
Good question.
And then they were going back and forth, and then another was coming to throw hot water on them. Wow. And on the way to the hospital, the aunt started having seizures. On their water, they had to curve flight her to the hospital. Let me tell you something.
You want me to turn the music down for this, baby?
I'm good. I like Taco Bell.
I like Taco Bell too.
I used to eat there quite often when I worked over close to one. They do mess your order up.
Oh, yeah.
I have got my order messed up several times.
Oh yeah, me too.
I try not to send it back because, I don't know what they might do with it.
Right.
But if these people done been through your life, this is their 3rd time, somebody in that establishment either cannot read or do not know what they're doing.
Or just flat out don't care.
Exactly. And I'm not, Lord, please forgive for saying this. I've said this on the show before. Some of these teenagers have so much venom in them. And of course, the young lady who threw the water was a teenager. I think they said she was 17.
Okay, here's my question.
And the manager didn't do nothing about it.
That's what I was about to. That was my question right there. What was the manager in all the situation?
Standing right there going back and forth. But my thing is, you was that upset that you went and got scalding hot water to throw on someone. And now she disfigured. Give it 2 to 3 months, and it's gonna be called My Auntie and My Taco Bell. Watch. Either it's gonna be shut down,
no doubt, as it should
or
be.
it's gonna be, he gonna have a whole new name to it.
It should be shut down,
or they gonna get paid, and especially they been disfigured by hot water.
Well, see, this is the reason why I picked that story out. Number one is right here in Dallas. Okay, right here where me and my wife reside at. As a matter of fact, my wife knows where that Taco Bell is.
They know exactly where it is.
So
I just can't even imagine whatever they were saying got that vicious.
I don't think it was
that
bad.
You just felt so oh my God, I can't believe they're saying it to me.
Babe,
that you would throw water on somebody.
Man, let me ask
hot water.
Let me ask you a question. Okay. Now, have you ever been so upset at someone you want to put scalding hot water on them?
No, but I will cuss you out and give you the finger.
That you will do.
Lord still working with me. Let me put that out there. He is still working with me. But I will cuss you out and I will give you the finger. But I ain't never want to spend no hot water on nobody. No.
Let me tell everybody something real quick. Lord knows I love my wife. I've said this several times on this show. But she does have a temper. Don't let the pretty face fool you. Don't let the pretty face fool you.
The jury's still out on that one. I don't know about that.
Don't let the pretty face fool you. She can get nasty when she can't when she wants to. Trust me.
But it has to be provoked.
But there's a reason.
Exactly.
There's a reason. There's always a reason. She doesn't just get nasty for the hell of it. No, she never does that.
No.
There's a reason behind it.
Right.
So don't get it twisted, y'all. Just because I said
have to
that.
be pushed.
Yeah. Beyond.
To like I'm just like Cat Williams. Keep trying, okay. And I keep giving you the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, okay. In the words of my daddy, okay, baby. Okay, baby. Then when my daddy like, okay, baby, shut the fuck up. Okay, baby. Get out my motherfucking face. Okay, baby, shut the fuck up. You know. But no,
I mean, cause that right there was just completely unnecessary in my opinion. It really was.
But guess what? Our boy Ben Crump is on it.
Oh, shit.
I knew you were going to say that.
Man.
Ben Crump in a statement said, and I quote, not only did Brittany and CT suffer physical trauma because of the burns,
I agree,
but they will now live with the psychological trauma that comes with an attack like this. They gonna sue the
shit out of Taco Bell.
Corporations have a duty to employ quality and stable employees who hold safety as the highest priority.
Oh, Mushmouth gonna sue the shit out of them. Watch what I tell you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Mushmouth gonna sue the shit out of them. Watch. They're gonna be sitting fat.
All of this could have been prevented had Taco Bell placed human decency and customer service over a few dollars that it would have cost to get plaintiff's order right.
That's not.
Damn.
I mean, I'm not a Benjamin Crump fan. I'll be the first to tell anybody that. My wife will tell you that I'm not a Ben Crump fan. I'm not. But I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Davis and CT are seeking more than $1 million in damages.
I don't think that's enough.
They are also suing the Taco Bell employee and regional franchise entity, North Texas Bells. So that's 3 people.
They're going to be some money.
What did Fred Sanford say last night? Sitting on a gold mine.
Sitting on a gold.
So there's 3 people that they are supposed to get paid from because of negligence of some employee who either have a effed up attitude problem.
That's exactly it.
Who was either having a bad day. And like I said, they can't say these people came there with an attitude or that they were saying anything next to him because you know what they're doing now? It's all on tape.
Oh yeah, exactly. They had it recorded, man. That's the thing about it. That's what I love about this case right here.
Yep.
Is that they had everything
open
recorded.
And shut.
It's open and shut, man.
Open and shut.
It's it. That's it.
I hate that.
They might as well just get the checkbook out.
Oh yeah. In the words we used a couple of weeks ago on the podcast,
cut the check.
I know that's not the check that we were looking for.
Nah.
But they finna get they check.
Already.
Moving on, but kudos to them. I hope she gets the surgery she needs to get her face. Right. They said her face is going to be disfigured.
Of course.
So hopefully she'll get the surgery she needs to get back to some kind of normalcy.
It's not going to heal
and
right.
she'll be okay psychological. Both of them be okay psychologically.
Now, it's not going to heal right because I got burns on me, man. You know, and I'm a light skinned brother. So you know they haven't healed. I mean, it healed, but that color never comes back.
It's called. Sometimes it might keloid. I have a keloid on my ankle.
Yeah.
And then sometimes it don't never get, for lack of a better word, smooth.
Right.
You know, it have like a little hump or indention and stuff like that. So yeah. Okay. God be with them.
What you got?
Quote unquote, I couldn't get hired for the person I am. A black woman changes her name, race on Target job application. Finally gets interviewed after being rejected several times.
Damn.
This happened in North Carolina, and it was just something else has happened in North Carolina before too.
North Carolina's a hot seat.
That's why I just want to say North Carolina, but y'all need to do something up there. Yeah. Y'all are always
they doing the most,
in the news.
They doing the most, ain't they?
But I mean, her name is Notori Green. I don't think that's a ghetto name, Notori, but she said she had to change her name and her color to mix, and she named her name. She changed her name to Tori. And she changed her race to mixed race. And she said all of a sudden she got an interview. That is unbelievable.
Let me say this real quick.
Is that for discrimination?
That's exactly what it is. Let me tell you this real quick. In the state of Oklahoma where I come from, when I first got out of college, I was looking for a job. You know, I told everybody, you know, showing my credentials, my degrees and all that good stuff. Proof of all of that. College transcripts, whole nine. Mm-hmm. I was good on the phone because I don't sound like a black dude on the phone. Mm-hmm. But the second I show up to that interview and they saw that I was not a Caucasian, because Reginald could go either way.
Mm-hmm.
And once they saw that I was not a Caucasian, we'll call you. We'll call you.
Mm-hmm.
Interview after interview. We'll call you. We'll call you. Now, in one interview, I know this for a fact. They hired a guy who was white, less qualified, no college degree, fresh out of high school.
Mm-hmm.
For the job that I do on a regular basis, been doing it for almost 30 years now. They hired him in place of me because he was a white guy.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, that's discrimination. If I knew then what I know now, I probably could have sued.
Right. But back then, you're not thinking like that.
No, I didn't know
You're
it.
too eager to try to find your position.
That's all I was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, Tinker Air Force Base said, "Come on."
Mm-hmm. But my thing, and I'm really surprised about Target, because this is not their first incident. Back in 2015,
I remember that.
and 2007,
I remember that one
they
too.
have been sued for the same thing.
I remember that.
The first incident back in 2007, her name was Kalisha White, and she changed her name to Sarah Bruckner.
Right.
And the second incident, I don't really see what her name was, but I just so you have to change your name and your race to get a job.
Let me ask you this.
And then when you get there, they tell you that it's filled, but then
Exact-
you go back out
oh,
there,
oh, yeah.
it's still out there as an open position.
Exactly. I've heard that several times over. But let me ask you
Discrimination and racism.
this.
That's
Let me ask you
crazy.
this. Have you ever experienced that?
No, because, well, let's see. Maybe so. Maybe I got the position because of my name. And then when I got the interview, the interview went well. They told me the interview went well, but then I didn't get the position. But like I said, I really haven't been on too many interviews either till like recently here. But
Right.
pretty much, God, thank you, Jesus. Every job that I applied for, I pretty much got a call back on. So,
Right.
but no, like I really don't have I guess what you call an ethnic name, because
No.
my first name and last name can go either way.
Yeah, mine too.
But I think it can go more the other way than our way. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like yeah. I mean, I look at it like this. My Aunt Sue knew what she was doing. God bless the dead. Knew what she was doing when she named me Reginald. So,
So I don't know. This kind of hard to believe, especially Target. That's crazy. Now my question is to her: will she take the position?
you know what?
It really doesn't say if she's going to take it or not.
It depends on the circumstances, because
wouldn't work
knowing
there.
me, I would say no. I'm good. Thank you, but no, thank you. I'm straight.
Because if they want to accept you in your name, they probably going to work you like a workhorse once you get in there.
Oh, that's
So
like,
no, I
like my
wouldn't-
grandfather would say, work your ass like a rented mule.
Right? I wouldn't. And now the story of the day. Yay!
It's gonna be a good one.
Shout out to Juicy. Pretty sure everybody know about January 6th and the resurrection. This last month, insurrection. This last, I say about a month, they've been interrupting my stories, The Young and the Restless, and The Bold and the Beautiful.
Oh, the horror.
To put on these court asinine hearings, interviewing people, getting their take on what happened that day, why it happened that day, what was Trump doing for 187 minutes and stuff like that.
Playing with himself.
Well, here's the story that came down the other day. The one and only Black Trump supporter gets one of the longest sentences for January 6th Capitol riots.
Damn. Okay.
Mark Ponder is the black man that you see on the video who grabbed one of the police officers by the neck and put him in a headlock.
I forgot to put
You
his
didn't
picture
put
up.
it, okay.
I forgot to get his picture up. I'm sorry. Hold on.
You got okay. Please put this picture, cause I want y'all to see. And this man, I don't know how he been living his life, where he been living his life, who he been living his life around, but reality kicked him in the face the other day. Did it kick him in the face or kick him in the booty?
Kicked him in the balls.
Kicked him in the balls. Good word. Good word. I really don't understand, first of all, what the hell he was doing out there. Even if he was a Republican, what are you doing out there, sir? And ever since January 6th, he has been in jail. They never will let him get out on bond. And his sentence came down, and he got the longest sentence than the man who stole the lecture. He got a longer sentence than the man who stole Pelosi mail, which is a federal offense.
Yep.
He got the longest sentence from the man who pepper sprayed and hit the police officers with billy clubs and to enter their guns.
I'm working on
All
y'all.
he did was put a man in a headlock.
I'm working on it, y'all. Hold on. babe. Tell everybody what he said.
I'm not a black man. And when you put this picture up, he is a black man.
He blacker than the Ace of Spades.
Like my uncle used to say, he's a blackin'. He's a blackin'. He's a blackin'.
Excuse me.
And
I'm getting it up here, y'all. Hold on.
he kept saying, I'm not black. But when that judge put that sentence down, he became black.
Not only was he black, he was a nigger.
She pretty much gave this man 63 months in a federal prison because he put a police officer in a headlock. And this other man pretty much did treason, and the other man did a federal offense. Now, don't get me wrong. I know you're not supposed to put your hands on anybody. But y'all tell me this, riddle me this. Why would this black man, who don't think he's a black man, get 3 times the sentence than the other people total? Everyone that they have dropped down and gave a sentence to, he got more than every single one of them.
I'm still trying to put the picture up, y'all. But you know what? Here's the thing about it.
I'm not a black man.
He said he wasn't black.
I'm not a black man.
I bet you know what you are now, don't you?
And they gonna show him he a black man when he get there.
No, they gonna show him he a nigger. They say, no, oh, you ain't black? Okay. I'm gonna show you what you really are. Hold on, I'm trying to get this picture up here, y'all. I'm almost finished. Bear with me. But yeah, man, you know what? When I saw that,
Well, I just feel like, I guess because, the officer that he attacked has recently announced that the injuries were so severe that he would have to resign from the force. I mean, I don't know what kind of strength this man had in his arms or whatever, but it forced this man. Maybe that's what the judge was looking at, why she gave him such a excessive sentence. But for lack of better words, when you play white supremacist games,
you gonna lose. Especially if you ain't white.
I'm not black. I'm a MAGA. I'm a MAGA supporter.
Well, that makes you black.
If you don't sit your
They
dumb
don't give a damn.
That man said, I am not black. I'm a MAGA supporter. And how many more of you out here do you see, bruh?
This dude right here. Hold on, man. I found it. I had to find it. I forgot what
Out
I
of
said.
850 defendants so far, this black man, Mark Ponder,
Dumbass.
the only black there was. Now, mind you, if it's 850, that means 849 was white people. He's looking at the one with the longest charges. Does that say anything to him? Do he still think he's a MAGA supporter?
Oh, he's a MAGA supporter. Right?
You think Trump gonna come and get it turned over?
Hell no.
Get his sentence turned around?
Hell no, he ain't. Trump don't give a fuck about him. And this is B being real. Almost got
And then he got 3 months over what the DOJ was requested. So they gave him longer. They gave him a longer sentence what they really wanted him to. Oh my God.
Well, see, that just goes to show you the dumbassery of some people, man. I hate. It's. And this brother right here. Hold on, give me put this picture up in just a few seconds. What's that dude's name? What's his name?
Mark Ponder. Ponder, Mark. In federal jail. And the judge, now, I don't want y'all to be alarmed, but the judge, the judge name is Tanya Chutkin. I'm trying to see. I think I saw her picture. Yeah. Yeah.
White woman. It's a sister.
I wish you can pull her picture up too. So you can't say it was a racist sentence, because that is not the case, y'all. And she said he deserved every bit of the sentence that he received.
I think the sister was punishing him because he's stupid.
Try to make a example out of him because he was the one. She was like, you know what? You shouldn't have had your mama like, what your ass do? Sit your ass.
There you go.
Yeah. Now that is a black man. I'm not making light of his color. I'm just saying he's a black man. So if he keeps saying he's not a black man, what does he see when he look in the mirror? Can you try to find her name too?
Hold on, let me see if I can find her.
Tanya, Tanya, last name Chutkan. He said he's not a black man. He's a MAGA supporter. See, he got his little camouflage hat on. He had his little camouflage pants on.
What's her name again?
Last name is
What's her first name?
Tanya, Tanya. Chutkan. I don't know if I want to feel sorry for this man. I don't know.
CHU what?
Chutkan.
Okay, got it.
I first heard about this story on Roland Martin. And y'all know I have an affinity toward Roland Martin.
I think sister was. I think I'm just being honest with you. Let me ask you a question. Did this sister preside over anybody else that you know of?
I don't think so. I haven't heard her name before in any of them. No.
I think the sister is punishing him for being stupid.
That's what I said to her. She's like, what's your ad? You know what? So you being stupid, here you go. 3 more months.
That's just what I think. I think the sister was punishing him for being stupid. Hold on. I got a picture of. Hold on, y'all. I got this one.
Who you affiliated with is who you affiliate with. You want to call yourself a MAGA supporter, you call yourself a MAGA supporter.
Knock yourself out.
But did you really think that they were going to treat you any different? You know what? Let me take that back. He probably did. He probably thought that, okay, everybody else is getting this, everybody else is getting that. I probably get the same thing.
He's another dumbass like Diamond and Silk. And I can't stand them two heifers.
Me neither. And you know what? I'm surprised they went out there.
You know what?
But they knew better.
Hell yeah, they knew better.
Now, they might have lost their mind a couple of times on some of the stuff that they put out here in the atmosphere. But that day, they was smart. They was real smart. They did not go down there. Wow. I don't know. You know what? Peace be with this brother, him and his family. I hated that he had to be the one to make it, had to be set an example made out of, but you get what you get. What's that old saying? You play with fire, you get burnt?
That's exactly what happened to your ass. No pun intended.
You hanging out with white supremacists, and they showed you who the biggest supremacist is, my friend.
They showed you they showed him what he really was. Yep. He got that nigga wake up call. Let's just be honest about the situation. Hold on. I got sister's picture right up here.
Yep. And at first when I'm thinking, Tanya, Chutkan. I said she must be either Indian or...
There she go. She popping up.
So what we gonna say now? Can't say it was racist.
I think the sister just did that shit to punish his ass for being stupid.
In a word, for the lack of a better word, calling a spade a spade.
Come on, man.
Beautiful. She looking in here right now talking about, what in the hell is this nigga? If you don't sit your mother...
That's exactly what she was doing.
And you in my mother court, you dumb... I can just hear her saying all that right now in her mind. Oh, okay. You want to come here as like you a MAGA supporter? I'm going to show you something different today.
You're going to learn today.
Well, shout out to this brother and his family. I hope everything goes well, but
Oh,
It
Lord.
is what it is, my friend. You get what you get what you ask for.
You sent me that story, and I looked at it on my phone, and it said,
Roland is funny about it though. Roland was,
and the dudes, and what tripped me out, but the dude said he wasn't black.
yeah, so assertive. Like, we see you, right? you know we can see you though, right?
Dave Chappelle, I love Dave Chappelle. On the Dave Chappelle show, back when it was hot, he had this skit that he did of a black white supremacist. I forgot the character's
what's that
name.
name?
I forgot that character's name.
I love him too, and he was so headstrong.
And he was so adamant about it, man. He was a black white supremacist. God, what was that character's name?
I'm gonna look it up because I gotta know. I got him to my tongue, but I can't think of it.
I can't think of it either.
Clayton
Yeah,
Bixby.
Clayton Bixby. That's it.
Clayton Bixby.
Clayton Bixby.
Yeah, the
Clayton
world's
Bixby.
only black white supremacist. Yeah.
Kind of pushing that mind that, of that a Boondocks character, Uncle Ruckus, too, right? He hated black
Now
people.
he was a straight up coon.
Oh my God, he was a white supremacist.
Robert. Well, well, sir, just go in there and do your time. And maybe when you come out, you'll have a new perspective on life that, sir, you are a black man.
Like I said, he ain't, not only is he black, he a nigga now. He got that nigga wake up call.
Oh, yeah.
And those nigga wake up calls usually come when you least expect them.
When you least expect it.
And I think, like I said, Sister Girl, she did that shit to punish his ass.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I think.
That's why I said you can't say it's racist because she's black. So I'm thinking that's it too. She's saying, you know what? You out here showing your raw ass in front of all these people, and you're black. So let's give you some raw comfort. Yeah. Because it don't make no sense. His crime does not fit the time. Y'all know that, right? These people, like I said, were stealing things, federal things from the Capitol. This man just put him in a truck. Yes, this man said he can't work anymore, but...
when I first heard this story, when I first read this story, I didn't know that the judge that did it was a black judge.
Oh, yeah.
I did not know. Now that I see...
I immediately went there.
Man. Now... Again, my question is, did she reside over anybody else's cases?
I'm going to have to look that up because I want to know,
Please
too.
do.
Yeah.
Because if she gave the white folks a slap on the wrist and punished bruh man, there's something up with that.
Well.
You would think it'd be reversed if that was the case. Mm-hmm. But like I said, I'm guessing, just a guess, that Sister Girl was punishing my man for being stupid.
I probably would have done the same thing. Honestly speaking, I probably would have done the exact same thing.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I would have came
Hold
down.
on.
Uh-oh.
Born in Kingston, Jamaica.
Oh, there you go.
You know they don't like us, no way.
There you go. See, there you go. So he's not black. Well, see.
No, she's not black.
Oh, she's not black.
That's her.
Oh, that's her. Mm-hmm. Oh, she's not black.
She's not black. She's from Kingston. She was born in Kingston, Jamaica in 1962. Let me look up him. I'm pretty sure he was going to say black.
Yeah, see where he's from.
Oh, my God. I did not. Kingston, Jamaica?
Oh, they don't like black folks anyway. They really don't.
Oh, yeah, I know. Like I said, I went to school with several of them.
They think they're better than us.
And they used to talk about us in our face.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. They think they're better than us because they think they're better than us because they got dropped off first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah, look him up because he don't look like a foundation black American. I'm just saying. He don't. He really don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
He said he got caught up in the chaos and that he didn't mean for any of this to happen. Well,
I bet you.
A little too late for that, sir.
You got the nigga wake up calls. What happened to him?
Yeah.
Punk ass.
Oh, no. He's a professor
That don't mean nothing.
at San Jacinto College in Houston, Texas. Wow.
But where is he from? Though?
Yeah, I'm trying to find that out. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. I'm still looking. Once I find out, I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, please do, because I'm kind of curious.
Yeah. Wow. Are you appalled at all?
To be honest with you,
Yeah.
no. I just think it's funny that he said he wasn't black. Well, cause the only reason why that somebody black would say they ain't black is if there's something else other than the black American. That's the only thing I can think of.
Oh yeah. Mark Ponder is an African American man from Washington D.C.
So he's from D.C. So he was born here.
He is a current resident of Northwest Washington D.C.
I wonder if his parents are from here.
Let's see if I can see anything about.
He
his
might be
parents.
another Jesse Lee Peterson.
Not Jesse. Wow.
So he's from D.C., huh? I wonder if he's a foundational black American. That's a good question.
Wow. I'm gonna keep on this work, and I'm curious now.
I'm curious.
I didn't even know she was from Jamaica. Wow.
Well, now you know. Well, they don't like you said. A lot of them don't like black folks anyway.
And that was probably right up her alley to do that.
Oh my God.
Well, shout out to Brother Ponder. Get the top bunk.
Don't drop the soap.
Don't drop the soap. Cause you know they gonna make an example out of you. I don't know who gonna make an example out of them first. The Ku Klux Klan that's in there, or the Black Brothers that's in there.
That's a good question.
He gonna probably get it on quote unquote both ends.
You ain't lying. Especially the brothers, and don't let the Muslims get a hold of him. You know the Muslims gonna tell his no. The Muslims don't believe in doing that dirty shit, but they'll probably fuck him up.
Wow. Well, like that old saying go, you do dirt, you get dirt. So,
Exactly.
Now he crying. He never meant for this to happen. So,
Oh, now you're crying.
yeah,
Huh?
he's pretty much crying right now.
I bet he married to a white woman too. Ain't
That's
he?
what I'm looking up. They keep saying his wife. I don't see not one picture of her. God bless him. Well, let me move on to this other story. This is a story that touched both of us. Of course, it happened here locally. And I don't know if any of you guys have seen this. It has went viral.
Hold on, let me put the current event screen back up.
Okay.
All right.
Quote unquote, don't be angry. A North Texas dad's reaction after dealer's employee hurls racial slur at son who is 10 years old.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry about that. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Muhammad Kareem is the father. He and his son went to Dillard's Northpark Mall, to be exact, to do a little shopping and things like that.
My wife knows where that mall is.
Very much so, thank you. One of my favorite spots. And I don't know though. The father said he walked away, and then all of a sudden his son came back up here and said, "Did you hear what he called me? Did you hear what he said?" or something like that. And he said, "What happened?" And the white man was like, he hit me, or he kicked me, or something like that. And he said, I asked the question, what could have been done? What could the 10-year-old do to Homer, which is the man name, the white man name who the young kid supposedly had kicked,
Yeah.
to deserve to be called a quote unquote fucking nigger?
Hold on. Damn. I had to get that out.
You and I was talking about this before we went on the air.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go ahead and just make that word not be so harsh or so discriminatory? Because they say it at home, obviously.
Well, see, here's the thing.
They say it in private. They say wherever but Now they're saying in the public. So if they say in the public, why we take such offense? Be like, oh, okay.
Well,
If we turn it around, maybe it wouldn't end up with things like this.
Well, we did a show about this very same word.
Right.
The show is called the N-word. One of my, one of my favorite shows. One of my top 10 shows that we've done. And I had said on the show, and a lot of people that called in agreed with me, we need to eradicate the word.
We do.
Not just, we don't need to take the sting from the word, because the sting is still going to be there no matter no matter how you slice it. The sting is still going to be there.
Really?
We need to eradicate the word, because if we eradicate, because like the best way to get rid of a word or a language is to stop speaking it. Okay? I mean, you got ancient African languages that have been dead for thousands of years because people just stopped speaking it. And that's the best way to do it. You need to don't kill the meaning of the word. Don't kill the impact of the word. Kill the word.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what happened. From my understanding, the father had turned toward the clerk to ask him for directions to a dressing room.
Right.
He returned to find his son in tears. A tear came out of my baby's eye, and he said, Dad, you didn't hear what the man just called me? I mean...
Let me say this real quick.
I don't know.
Let me say this real quick. 1983, 84, somewhere along in there. I mentioned this on the show before. I don't really talk about it a lot, but I have mentioned this on the show before. I have a cousin that was a professional wrestler, Frederick C. Wright, aka Brickhouse Brown. I was hanging out with him, taking his bags in, and I was going back to the back, to the dressing room, because I pretty much knew everybody that was there. I passed by Jake the Snake Roberts. He was wrestling for the Mid-South, by the way. Passed by Jake the Snake Roberts. Hey, Jake, what's going on? Jake would say, hey, little man, staying out of trouble? Yeah, sure, Jake. Going back there. Passed by Terry Taylor. Hey, Terry, what's going on? He said, hey, Reggie, doing all right? Yes, sir. You want to buy my business? Passed by a few other wrestlers. Come across a wrestler who used to be one of my favorite wrestlers. He did that shit to me. Dick Murdoch. Looked at him and said, hey, Mr. Murdoch. Looked over at me. What's that little nigger doing back here? I heard that. Jake the Snake heard him. Terry Taylor heard him. Everybody heard him within earshot. They was getting ready to fuck him up. The big cat Ernie Ladd, who was doing the booking, somehow it got back to him. It got back to my cousin Brickhouse. Brickhouse was getting ready to pop a cap in his ass. And Ernie Ladd was getting ready to fuck him up. Even the owner, Cowboy Bill Watts, former OU great, former Oklahoma wrestler, was getting ready to kick his ass. Oh, I forgot to mention, Dr. Death Steve Williams getting ready to hurt him too.
And just about all these men, just to interject here, are these all white men?
Most of them.
Yeah. So all I'm not,
So, when you do that to a child.
Yeah.
To a child. That impacts that child for the rest of his life. Or her life. Now, this man had no remorse for that. He didn't care. Because I read that story. He said, I didn't think he heard me. That's exactly what he said. I didn't think he heard me. Well, he did hear you. Now what you gonna do? So
I don't know. This story here, that story with you, that's unbelievable. I'm glad those men, and I
they
lose
stepped up
that
to the
word,
plate.
high
Oh, yeah.
regards, men
They stepped up to the plate,
stepped
man.
up to the plate and was about to check his ass.
And I can tell you right now, Dick Murdoch went out of the arena. He had a match that night too. He went out that arena and did not come back.
He probably was scared. I would have.
Hell yeah, they was getting ready to kick his ass. Because everybody back then knew who I was. I didn't bother nobody. I wasn't causing no trouble. Anything like that. So, that was that.
Wow. Well, Mr. Kareem did go on and say, he said, after questioning his son and others who overheard the slur, Kareem remained calm. He can be heard on the video. He took out his camera and started recording.
I saw that.
He can be heard on the video telling the clerk that he would never have so disrespected the clerk's family and that he is a man of grace and honor.
Yep.
But he also admits that refusing to give in to the anger wasn't easy and credits his face. quote unquote, the Prophet Muhammad says, don't be angry.
Yep.
Don't be angry. Don't be angry. And then he pauses for a brief laugh. I'll be honest with you. I was angry. I was living. He said he don't understand, and he needs an explanation from the clerk as to how getting hit in his leg turned into fucking nigger. that like I said, that life work balance, that means he lived that he says that in his work, he said that in his regular life.
Yeah.
And now it came out in his work life. He has been employed by dealers for over 20 years old, but I must admit that I do honestly appreciate what dealer did. They had to get it verified, which, that's karma code. They said the allegations made against our former employee were promptly investigated, found to be in clear violation of our standards, and his employment with dealers was immediately terminated.
Hold on.
I don't even think he understands the impact of his words, really.
Hold on. Let me get that. The dealer's doing the right thing. That's the dealer's doing the right thing.
He said his child is scared to come outside now. He said his wife is having a hard time understanding because she don't understand how it went from a little kick in the leg to be called a racial slur. And now she's trying to protect. Now he has to protect his child and make him understand that all people are not like that, and also get his grown wife an understanding that it's going to be okay. But in the interim, it all said and done, Mr. Kareem said the best decision at that moment, he says, was to do what was right. Let me tell you something. I profess to be a Christian.
Yes.
Like I stated earlier, God's still working with me.
Yes.
I don't know if I would have reacted. I'm gonna say this. I don't know how I would have reacted. Would I have been that calm and thought about what would Jesus do?
To be honest,
or would I have laid into his ass so far up in his, he would have been feeling my finger tickling that little thing in the back of his throat, because I would have dug in his ass that far. See, that's how I'm thinking. But in reality, I should just do like Brother Kareem here and just don't get angry, because he's an asshole. Even though it's toward a 10-year-old child, though.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you. I have an affinity when it comes to a child. I guess because I don't have any biological children.
Yes, I am, yeah.
When I hear about a child being mistreated or hurt or in any form or fashion. An innocent child being disrespected like that. Well, see, especially in a situation like that, because I've actually been through that.
Right, you experienced it, yeah.
So when I see a child going through something like that, I got a problem with that. And I could be 100% honest with you. I don't know if I would have been so cool, calm, and collected. And I'm known for being cool, calm, and collected. You know that. So I don't know if I would have reacted the exact same way.
Right.
I really can't say that I would have.
Right.
I mean, they probably would have had to call security on me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't know, for him to take that stand. This is a big guy. Brother Kareem is a big guy.
Yeah, Brother Kareem is
not
huge.
fat, man, like muscle bound guy.
Yeah.
And then this little squirrely employee of dealers. I'm like, man, he could have just pretty much breezed his nose, and his nose probably would start bleeding. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have took much to get him to understand what he just did was wrong.
Right.
But then it leads me to this other story. I don't know, we mentioned it. No, we went on the air last week. What about this Sesame Street stuff?
Oh, man.
It's not Sesame Street. What is it?
Sesame Place.
Sesame Street. That's the same thing to me. You're messing with these babies.
You know what?
They don't understand.
Let's talk about that real quick.
They do not understand.
Let's talk about that real quick.
You're a grown-ass man, though.
Let's talk about that real quick. The whole Sesame Place debacle.
Yeah, we did talk about it, yeah.
Let's talk about that for a minute. Now, for those of you who've been living under a rock, there was a person dressed up in a Sesame Street character suit that completely ignored two little beautiful black sisters.
Absolutely.
And went straight for the white children. Acknowledged the white children and completely ignored the black ones.
Right.
This isn't the first time.
No.
There's several incidents of that
All
happened.
kind of stories came out about this.
Yes, there's several incidents that happened with that. Now, to be honest with you, I mean, I've discussed this with my wife on more than one occasion, and she agreed with me. If that were our child, that character would have got drug all over that parade.
Wouldn't be no more parade.
They would have shut that parade down.
The same way, I hate to do this, but this how I'm feeling in my spirit. Remember we did that story where I said they were trying to arrest that black lady and she wasn't complying, so they pulled her all up in the gravel. And when they finished dragging her along the gravel, one of her eyes was dangling out her eyes.
Yes.
And half her lips was gone.
Yeah.
That character probably would have looked just like
Exactly.
You don't put your hands or do nothing like that toward no child.
You don't disrespect a child like that. And then those children had their hands up and everything. She walked right
They
by.
innocent. They just happen to see one of their favorite characters.
Yeah.
And here you are at your ground. Like I said, in the defense, like I've read before in some of the comments, we don't know that person could have been black under there.
It could have been, but that's
I don't
even
care
worse.
who it is. I don't care who it is.
That's even
you're
worse.
still messing with a child.
If she was black, and I don't care if she was black, white, green with pink polka dots.
Absolutely.
It don't matter.
Absolutely.
You disrespected a child.
So kudos to Brother Kareem. I'm like, that, when you talking about the strength of Job, woo! I don't know.
Come on.
I don't know. So kudos to him for even having the strength and then to record it at the same time. And that's what I'm thinking. Maybe that's how he was able to stay so calm, because he knew what he was recording. Like I alluded to earlier, we're going to put him on the gold mine. But he didn't want to be the offset either. He didn't want to be like derogatory, you know.
Well, see, obviously this brother is a Muslim. And Muslims are about peace. They really are. They're very peaceful people. That's why I have a great deal of respect for the Nation of Islam and anybody that practices Islam in general, because they are peaceful people despite what you see on the news.
Right.
Okay, those Muslim radicals is not how Muslims act. I know way too many people that follow the teachings of Elijah Muhammad, and I know a few people that follow Orthodox Islam.
Right.
Those guys are so cool, calm, and collected, and they will take the higher road almost every single time until you put your hands on them.
Right.
Now, I will tell you right now, especially with the Nation of Islam, them fools practicing martial arts on a daily basis. Put your hands on one of them, Brother Malcolm. But from what I understand, Malcolm X was real good when he started studying with the Nation. So you put your hands on one of those members. That's the reason why he didn't go off, because it could have hurt him real bad. He took the high road.
Yeah.
And like I said, people that study the Nation, that study with the NOI or even Orthodox Islam in general, they're very peaceful people.
Yeah.
They will take the higher road almost every single time.
But messing with your babies, though, I don't know.
I can understand why my man said, you know what, this is my child, and it's taking everything in me to not drag your ass all over the store.
And to see your male son cry, and now question, what did I do wrong? And now he's scared to even come outside.
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't know.
Yep, exactly.
I don't know.
So, with that said, man, the brother took the higher road. I can't really say that I would have done the same thing. I'm just being honest with you.
Yeah.
You would have had to come get me out of jail or something. I would have told you exactly what would have happened. I'm quite sure you would have came up. All right, baby, be in a minute.
Yeah, I probably would have did the same thing. Like I said, I don't condone violence at any means.
Me either. But I'm talking about a child.
In some situations, when there's a child involved, sometimes there has to be
you gotta draw a line somewhere.
Exception.
Oh yeah, you gotta draw the line somewhere. I mean, even hardcore mobsters don't even fuck with children. Think about that for a second.
They don't. You never see that.
Think about that for a second.
Even when they try to recruit them, they make sure, how old are you, kid?
Really?
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Really, exactly.
Yeah.
There's a scene in one of my favorite Al Pacino movies, Scarface. Scarface and his plug was getting ready to kill a guy that was trying to bring down the drug cartels. And it was going to blow up his car. So the guy gets in the car, but his wife and his child got in the car as well. Now, Tony Montana said, no, we're not going to do this right now. His wife and his child are in the car. And the guy that was going to blow it up said, I don't care. And Al Pacino's character, Tony Montana, was like, no, we're not going to blow up a wife and a child. I know his wife and children are going to be in the car. We're not going to do it. We're going to have to do this some other time.
Right.
They said, no. Well, the bomb was already planned. We're going to go ahead and do it. And so the Al Pacino character shot to the guy in the head is going to blow up the car. Said, no. Wife and women and children, no, we don't do that. Mm-hmm. That's not the rules. And so, anyway, that's pretty much the beginning of the end for that show. But anyway, that was the beginning of the end for that show. For that particular scene. But at any rate, even gangsters have a code. Mm-hmm. Women and children are off limits. Mm-hmm. Even on your enemies. You don't touch, you get your enemy. You don't touch the women and children.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it in some gangs too.
Yeah.
Yeah, some gangs do that.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes they say it's a casualty of war sometimes, but they don't go, only if they trying to get back at you. But from the top, those two are off limits.
Exactly. Women and children just completely off limits. Yeah.
Well, do you want to go to the show topic, or you want to keep talking about some more? I have some more hot topics.
Let's do two more.
Okay. Brittany Griner.
Man.
I don't know why she's still in there, but today, Congressman Colin Allred made a statement and revealed that a very good offer was made to Vladimir Putin in Russia, and there is serious optimism Griner will be released soon. First of all, if I'm not mistaken, she's plays in Russia when she's not playing in the States.
During all season, yeah.
And she was apprehended because she had a weed, not pipe, what is it called?
One of those e-cigarettes.
E-cigarettes in her. I have never heard anyone mention weed, but they have mentioned, I guess, like the liquid.
Yeah.
And
the cannabis oil.
Yeah, the oil. Harsh. How you say it?
Hashish. Yeah.
I know she has some hashish oil and the little pen. But my thing is, she is documented as having a prescription for it.
Yeah.
Now, I know each country has their own laws.
Yeah, they have their own rules.
And some things can pass and some things cannot.
Right.
But in this exception, if she has a certified document from a certified doctor that says she is capable of using these items due to her job and her injuries, why is this woman still in jail?
I've always said this, and I've heard this on several other podcasts as well. Mm-hmm. They could have gotten her out a long damn time ago. All they got to do is trade one of those Russian ops for her.
Well, why trade her? Why is she in there anyway?
She shouldn't have been in there in the first place. I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
But, again, she could have been out a long time ago. Mm-hmm. She really could have. And I used to always say this myself, not talking pertaining to the story. I used to say this myself all the time. They could have got her out a long damn time ago.
Yeah.
But they didn't. I don't know why.
I think this is when Russia was trying to flex, when Putin was trying to flex his flex.
That's
and
exactly
I think when
it.
this all happened.
That's exactly
so
it.
I guess, did she fall through the cracks, or was
know.
America
But
just using her as a scapegoat? Or
she could have got out a long time ago.
Yeah.
She could have been home a long damn time ago.
Well, I know she done been to court several times, so let's keep her lifted up in prayer that she can come on home. Because like I said, I really don't know why she's still in there.
Right.
And every time they show her, she looked like a scared rat. I mean, she's
scared
like,
to death. I can't say I blame her. She's scared to death, man.
Her wife has did several interviews about she haven't heard from her and physically heard. I think they sent messages through email. What has she been held for this long? I just don't get it. So let's all keep her lifted up in prayer, because it don't make sense.
Yeah, I agree.
One more story. You ready?
Last one. This is a good one? Mm-hmm. Okay, let's hear it.
Quote unquote, anytime, any day.
Uh-oh.
Herschel Walker claims he will only debate Senator Raphael Warnock, quote unquote, for the fans. but avoided at least 3 chances to debate Warnock so far. So what's up, Herschel?
So
are we scared? Don't you want to go to Chick Hospital and do stuff for the babies?
Oh man. You sent me this story.
Well, supposedly now, it's supposed to happen August 16th, I believe. But the way Herschel run around here tap dancing,
Herschel has been dodging this man because Herschel knows he doesn't have the intellect to debate this man. He knows it.
If you know it, why you up there? You know you don't even know. He probably even know the 3 branches.
I don't.
He probably even know 'em.
I know you're not supposed to judge a book by the cover.
I don't think he know. I'm gonna say it. Because you think it's 53. He said it's 54 states. So if you think it's 54 states,
You got a point.
you probably don't know the judicial branches of the law. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And Raphael is up there now doing work in the Senate. So he's aware, I'm pretty sure. They're not going to let him walk through them Senate doors. And he haven't been, I mean, even though he is a preacher, he has been in government politics more or less for some time now because he works hand in hand with Stacey Abrams.
Who is that? Who is that? What's her name? I can't remember her name. That governor from Alaska, the one that ran for vice president.
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin. She was stupid too.
Oh, I can see Canada. Was it Canada? I can see Canada from my point, girl. No, you can't. And I meant to say can't. Or was it Russia? She said Russia, Canada. Well, I'm sounding dumb like her now. I don't even know. But something she said she can see from her back porch, and that was not true.
She said it was 51 states at one point.
Yeah, she's another one who don't know. But she keeps running. She said she's running for president in 2024. You know that? First, she said she was running for... No, not president. She's going to run for either governor or... No, I think she's running for governor of Alaska.
Again?
Yeah. Don't never give up. Well, just like my quote-unquote black one today, keep trying, keep pushing. Maybe she'll get it.
But let's get back to this story real quick. Now, Herschel Walker has been ducking and dodging this man because he knows good and damn well that in the debate he would lose. He knows that. That's the reason why he's been ducking it. Now, I'm not really much of a fan of Senator Moore now because he's a coon too. But Herschel is a coon. Okay? And a dumb one at that. That's the sad part. I know you ain't supposed to put a black man down. I know that. You ain't supposed to do that. My grandfather told me a long time ago, man, if you ain't gonna do nothing to help another black man, don't do nothing to hurt him.
Absolutely.
But Herschel is bringing this on himself. He really is. Is he not? If I'm wrong, let me know.
No, he is. Everything that comes out of his mouth, you be like, what he say? Yeah.
I can't believe some of the shit that come out of his mouth. When he said that Donald Trump, see, the thing that really got me was the fact that he said that Donald Trump isn't a racist.
This is what he said. I told him many times, I'm ready to debate him anytime, any day. I just want to make it for the fans, not about a political party or about some media, and all he doing is talking. What?
That's what he's supposed to do?
That's what a debate is, sir. Yeah, can't wait till this come on.
Yeah. You know what?
Big bowl of popcorn and big bowl of cranberry juice, and I'm going to be looking.
You know what? I want to see this debate myself. I'm just curious. I want to see this debate myself.
But Warnock has approached him 3 times. Herschel
I believe
I
believe it.
But ever since, Herschel was leading in the polls, but now Warnock got him, and I'm going to stand by this, only 9%. I'm thinking it should be 90%. But he's just in the lead by 9%. That's still too close.
That's too close.
Way too close.
There is no way you should be that much of a...
I'd be insulted if I was Warnock. I would literally be insulted because it's like, this man has had no political affiliation since when? Because he's friend with Trump?
This man has the intelligence of this water bottle I'm holding in my right hand.
I don't know.
And you're losing. Okay, I'm just gonna leave. I'm stop. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna stop at that.
Yeah, let's just wait for the commentary and make sure we get on the air that's gonna be one show we not gonna miss. We gonna get on the air probably that day.
Oh man, yeah.
Cause I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hilarious.
Man, I'm definitely gonna watch that. Cause I want to see who.
Well, you know what? I can be a woman of my word. If Herschel come on there, speaking, acting, reinforcing political warfare that will make the Georgians acceptable and understand where he coming from, I eat my words like Miss Pac-Man. I will eat them back.
Oh, no doubt about it.
But in my spirit of spirits, I think it's gonna be a shit show.
I agree.
Okay.
I mean, think about
That's
this.
all I gotta say.
Think about this right here. In the debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton,
Shit show.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. Hillary Clinton,
Ate him up.
She ate him up.
Yeah.
He lost both debates,
Mm-hmm.
as a matter of fact, because Donald Trump wasn't really talking about nothing.
He's just unprepared,
Yeah.
I think. I think all the people that he have in his corner, I just don't think that he'll be able to deliver it well enough. Well, maybe he will be able to deliver it well enough for some people to vote, because somebody's voted for him so far in the early polls. But I don't think I think in my spirit, the way he keeps dodging, maybe he feel like he's not prepared. And maybe he need to get some more training, or maybe take a class on how many states is in the United States and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, let's all watch out for that. I think from my understanding, it's supposed to happen August 16th. But if I'm wrong, check your local listing, please. Let's all watch that, and let's all give our opinion about it, because I would love to hear your opinion on it.
You know what? Yeah, because definitely that show, that particular debate, we're definitely going to do a show afterwards. Right after the debate, we're going to do a show. I will set everything up so we can.
Unbelievable.
All
right, on to the show.
All right, let's get my splash screen back up here. Hold on. Let me minimize you. There we go. And get it back up here. Hold on, dang, come on, man. Uh-oh. Scroll. There we go. There we go. We got it back up here. So, we have no friends.
We have no friends.
And again, I hope that American Cholo was listening. I really do. I hope you're listening. I hope if you don't listen to it live, listen to the rebroadcast of it. It'll come back up. It's changed.
Oh, okay.
Listen to the rebroadcast of the show. I hope you're listening, because what you said was just stupid. Now, when I heard him say that Latinos need reparations too, I'm looking at him like, what the hell did the Hispanics do to help build this country? Can you think of anything?
Well, I can say they're doing it now.
No, I'm talking about.
But in the 1800s and
beginnings.
1700s, nothing from my
only thing they're doing
understanding.
right now is adding to the economy of this country. That's all they're doing
They're
right
building buildings and freeways now.
Exactly, but they're not doing anything. But they're getting paid to do it.
Right.
Okay.
They didn't do it on the back. They're not doing it free and on their backs.
Exactly. That's the whole
Losing loved
point.
ones, losing foots, and having half-breed babies and whips on the back of their back. They not.
Thank
No,
you. That's
no,
not happening to them.
No.
So, and I say it to say this. The reason why I named this show "We Have No Friends" is because of this right here. There's an organization. It's the oldest Latino organization called LULAC. Tell them what LULAC means, babe. League of Unified Latin American Citizens.
I think it's coalition, isn't it? Is it citizens or coalition?
In the Citizens Coalition.
Let me double check and make sure. But yeah.
LULAC.
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
The
League of United Latin American Citizens. You're
Okay,
right. Yeah,
okay,
League of United Latin American Citizens.
Now, that's the oldest Hispanic Latin
Founded
American.
in 1929.
Yeah. They've been around for a minute.
Corpus Christi, Texas.
Okay, they've been around for a minute. Okay, now during the 30s, if I make no mistake, around by 1933, the U.S. government was getting ready to determine Mexican as its own ethnic racial group. LULAC said, no, we're not going to do that. Classify us as white. Okay? Now, let's speed up about 30 years. During the Civil Rights Movement, LULAC has been quoted as members of LULAC and the heads of LULAC have been quoted as saying, that's not our problem. That's black people's problem. They can fight their own battles. We're not in it. In other words, my name's Bennett and I ain't in it. That's what they were saying. But they are some of the first people to benefit from the rights and the goodies that black people fought for during the Civil Rights Movement. Am I wrong?
Wow.
So that's so, and again,
Hold on. What did LULAC do for the civil rights?
nothing.
was created at a time in our country's history when Hispanics were denied basic civil and human rights
That black people fought for.
despite contribution to American society. The founder of LULAC created an organization that empowers its members to create and develop opportunities where they are needed most. What they got to do with civil rights?
Nothing.
I think a lot of people get civil rights twisted. They combine it with every other nationality, and that's not correct.
Well, see, the reason why the civil rights movement was even remotely thought about, and you know it should be true yourself. The reason why that the civil rights movements came to be was because of the death of Emmett Till. That was a
Right.
catalyst of it, right
Which
there.
was a
Black person,
black young
black man, young
Teenager.
young FBA man.
yeah. So what does got to do with Lule?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now, the thing about Hispanics is this right here. And I will always say this. They like to play 3-card Monte with their ethnicity. Okay? 1 minute they're white when it's convenient for them to be white. Next minute they're Hispanic when it's convenient for them to be Hispanic. And then now, it's here recently, since black people are talking about reparations and we're getting that on the tongues of a whole lot of different politicians, and it's a good possibility that we could get it within the next 5 to 10 years. All of a sudden, they black too. Now they black. We're all in the struggle together according to them.
But how can you prove that?
Well, they always talk about that black abuela or the black abuelito, that black grandmother or grandfather that they got.
Where?
You know, that was a slave back in the day. But all right. Let me go back a little bit. Let's put this into a little bit of a perspective. This is what a lot of people don't know about Mexico. Mexico was a slave port at one point. A lot of people don't know that.
No,
it was
I
a slave
never knew
port.
that.
Yeah, it was. It was a slave port at one point. That's why you got so many black Mexicans out there. And it's a lot of black Mexicans. Quite a few.
Aren't those called? What is Jennifer Lopez?
What did she call herself? Well, she's Puerto Rican. But
Puerto Rican. Isn't that what Puerto Rican is? Black Mexicans?
No. Puerto Rican.
Oh.
No. Puerto Rican's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay. I thought they were black
Puerto Rico was a
Mexicans.
slave port too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I thought they were called black Mexicans.
No. Puerto Rico Puerto Rico was a slave port as well, just like Cuba was, just like Jamaica was, just like Dominican Republic was. They were all slave ports.
And all those, because they recognize black Americans as nobodies, and they have no affiliation with
None
them.
whatsoever.
But now you want to be affiliated because of a piece of change?
Yeah, exactly.
A couple of dollar
oh yeah,
bills?
oh yeah, we're in this together now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're in this together now. According to them. Oh, if we're all a part of the struggle. Well, what about who was that? What's that chick named AOC?
Oh, Andrea, what's her name?
Andrea Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez, yeah.
She was the main person. Well, Latinas need reparations as well. For
Yeah.
what? What did y'all do?
That's what she said.
What did y'all do?
I don't know, because I'm not.
That's my question.
I don't know. But they feel like they've did some kind of contribution, because if not, they wouldn't be asking.
Well, they're asking because black people are asking, because like for the longest time, and you know this to be true yourself, black people have caped for everybody.
Oh,
Black
yeah.
people cape for the immigrants to come over here. Black people have caped for the Alphabet Brigade. Black people have caped for Hispanics. I don't know how many damn times.
Oh yeah.
But nobody has ever caped for us.
Not at
And now
all.
that black people start to separate ourselves from everybody else, hey, what y'all doing being divisive? Hell, y'all divisive. We didn't say nothing when all them immigrants got all that money with that all them set asides and stuff like that y'all got during the Obama administration. We didn't say anything about that. And don't get me started on the Asians. They just got billions of dollars.
That's one of the biggest thing that Biden did when he first got
Exactly.
in office.
They got billions of dollars
Oh,
and
yeah.
got more coming too.
Which
Nope.
is sad.
Did black people say anything about that? Nope.
Always
That's your
at the
business.
Bottom of the ring.
Yeah. But the second black people start trying to ask for shit, well, we gotta do a
study.
We gotta do a study to see if you really need it.
Yeah.
You didn't tell the Asians that. That's a different story. How's it different? Well, no, there's no well to it.
Chinaman got hit in the head. Bill passed. They get all kind of right. Black man got his foot cut off. His wife was raped. He was whipped. He was castrated in front of everybody that lived down there, and he gets nothing.
Exactly. So the second black people start trying to get something for themselves, all of a sudden we're being divisive. Yeah, you're right. We are being divisive.
Y'all asking for too much. Or y'all asking for too much.
We don't have it. See, and another thing that they start doing is this right here. Asian ask for money, they get it.
Get it.
People don't even live here ask some money.
Get it.
They get it. Alphabet Brigade ask some money.
Got it.
They got it. And lots of it. And got more coming. Black people start asking for money. They start patting their pockets. You know what? You should have called me last week. I would have had it then.
Just like that commercial. Priceless.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, somebody let me know. Am I lying?
To the great late Bernie Mac. Nothing.
Exactly.
And that's kind of sad. And you know, it makes me wonder if LULAC or whoever get to be real headstrong and they really go out there and try to fight for reparation, it'll be effed up if they get it before black people do. It would be. That'll be, when I tell you, that would be a major slap in the face. What have you contributed toward anything to get reparations? We have receipts.
We got all kinds of receipts.
We have receipts throughout history. Even to this day, we have receipts.
Yes, indeed.
If they can pull me 5 good receipts, maybe
culture,
I think otherwise. But right now, I don't.
American culture is FBA culture. Because everything we've done, think about it, all the cool shit we invented.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What have they? Did they invent the tamale? No disrespect. I'm just saying, did they invent the tamale? What did they invent? What have they contributed to society that's been used and utilized right now all day, every day?
I can't think of anything. You know what
I'm saying? Food, like tamales and tacos or whatever.
That's traditional Mexican food. I mean, come on, that's nothing. No disrespect to anybody.
I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying I can't think of nothing.
Never. I'm not being disrespectful. I know some cool ass Hispanics.
Oh yeah, definitely.
One of my closest friends is Dominican.
But I can't think of nothing that they have contributed to a society like slaves did.
They didn't. That's what I'm getting at right there. What did they contribute to the society? Nothing. I mean, to the building of this country. Let's put it like that. Not to society, but to the building of this country. What did they
building
contribute?
and benefit of this country.
Yes,
that
exactly.
is being utilized now.
Yeah, what did they do to the building of this country?
Right.
I mean, nothing. And that's absolutely nothing. Yeah. Like I said, Mexico was a slave port at one point.
Let me Google it. Hispanic inventions. Should I call it Hispanic or Mexican?
Hispanic.
Because that is a good inventors. Oh, okay. Below are a list of inventions by Latinos in the United States and those born in Latin America.
No, I'm just worried about
color TV, earthquake sensing technology. See, let's say the United States. X-ray reflection microscope, contraceptive pill.
The birth control pill, huh?
Artificial heart. I don't, color TV, okay. I mean, but the black and white TV, let's start from the ground up. The black and white TV was created by a black man.
Of course.
I mean, so they just added color.
That's all it.
So but technically, anyway, they didn't invent it.
But again, but again, what have they contributed to the building of this country?
Right.
Nothing. So why do you need reparations? That's my question. Why do you need reparations? Because black people are getting it?
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of. No disrespect to them.
Just like everybody else, they want a piece of the pie too.
Yeah. That's why I say we have no friends.
Said,
because you never hear a Hispanic politician, because I ain't never heard AOC say, well, black and Hispanics need reparations. No, she's always said Hispanics need reparations. And when I was going back and forth, I didn't really go back and forth with him, shut his ass down, but I was going with American Cholo, and I told him that Native American people already get reparations. He kind of paused for a second. I'm like, yeah, they do. They get reparations. They get free schooling, free medical, free housing.
I know a lady
and
now,
some tribes
just
get a car.
because she has, I don't even think it's a full % of Indian blood in her blood, she gets a check
That's because she's on
every
the
month.
That's because she's on the Dawes rolls. She's on Dawes Commission rolls. That's it. All you need is a number. If you have one distant relative that's on that Dawes Commission, you can get a check. I wish I knew what mine was, because I got plenty of people that's Native American in my family. You seen the picture of my cousin Ann? She looks Indian.
I don't know. It's all like I said. It's always when it comes down to
Money.
just us.
Yeah.
There is no just us. That's why the topic is so prevalent now. We have no friends. We have no alliances. We have no ride or die.
So stop.
They always break apart.
Exactly. So that's why I want black people in general, my foundation, black American brethren and sisters, to stop saying black and brown, because there is no black and brown coalition. There never has been. Yeah. There is no black and immigrant coalition. There never has been. There is no black and LGBTQIA coalition. There never has
when
been.
They think it's beneficial toward them, it will be. It does. If they think it's like a co-op like that, but just stand alone, no.
Oh no, that's why I don't have an issue with black people being divisive. So as they say, that's not a problem to me. Okay, we can be divisive. We just describing our lineage when we say FBA. We're not trying to be divisive. We're just describing our lineage. Right. Just like a Jamaican, they're Jamaicans. I ain't got no problem with them. They have a Jamaican Day parade in New York every year. Black people there don't get upset. That's their business. Cool, have fun.
They have a Latin American too.
Yeah, they have a Puerto Rican Day parade. Cinco de Mayo right here in Texas.
Yeah. So should we get upset about that? Why are they having that?
No. We
That's
don't care.
Your heritage.
We don't care.
Right.
Acknowledge your shit. Hey, have a party.
Yeah.
You know, we don't care.
But when it comes down to reparation,
it comes to a standstill.
All of a sudden,
there's a problem.
A quick stop in the street. What? You know?
Why do you
let us get a group of people together to do a study, and this study been going on. What we do last time? What we say? 1970 something when Claiborne first introduced it.
Yeah.
That's a long time, darling.
Yeah. The HR 40 bill, which is the big bunch of nothing.
Yeah, a bunch of gibberish on the page.
That's all it is. It's a big old nothing. It's just a big old bunch of nothing. It's a sandwich with no meat in it. That's pretty much what it is.
Well, and that famous group Houdini. Friends.
How many of us have them?
How many of us have them? In this world we call government officials.
We don't have any.
Black culture.
We don't have any.
How many do we have?
We got none.
You on your own, partner.
Yeah, pretty much. Let me see.
It's what's that little movie y'all be looking at? Oh my God, what's that movie? Lord of the Rings, that little alien looking thing. You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
Oh yeah, Smeagol. Oh, you talking about Gollum?
Whatever, the little gray one with the pointed ear.
Yeah, that's
like
Gollum.
A little old man.
That's Gollum.
I can't look at this. I can't look at this.
Look at y'all. I know I torture my wife for some of the stuff that I watch,
oh
man,
my
because
God.
she really can't get into it.
No,
I'm sorry.
I cannot. But I agree with that. You don't have no friends. Nobody like you.
Nobody likes
What's that
you.
movie? They're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
That's wild.
But we
man.
go hard. We go
hard
for
everybody,
everybody
else,
else.
But nobody can come hard for us.
We out there protesting, marching,
Right
running our
there
shoes
alongside with 'em.
over, making signs, but nobody.
That's just like bruh man that got arrested. He was going hard for Trump, and look what happened to him. Well, you know, I don't feel sorry for him. I'm just saying, you know.
I see the similarity. I see the
exactly.
the symbolism.
You see where I'm getting?
Yeah,
you see where I'm going with this, right?
I see,
so exactly.
He went hard in the paint, and he got the longest sentence.
Oh man, yeah. Yes. I mean, that's just the way it goes. And I mean, let me ask you this, babe. And we talked about this on several occasions. How many times have you heard not just Hispanic immigrants, but other black immigrants from other places from the African diaspora talk greasy about black people?
All the time. I tell you, I used to go to school with, and I'm sitting there looking like, you do know I'm black, right? And they just be talking to me like I'm not black. I said, do I look like I'm another color? They go, you guys are just silly. You have all this access to so many things. Free education, free healthcare, free. I'm like, no, it's not free for me.
No.
It's free for you.
But
I got to take out all kind of loans and grants to go to school. You came over here for free, my friend.
Thank you.
So now you just don't take advantage. Now you guys are taking advantage. You come here and get it and take it back home and use it.
A lot of times they don't.
Here.
A lot of times they don't. They stay right here.
Yeah, sometimes they do. Yeah, I have a couple that's here now. I talked to the other day. Yeah. So I mean, don't say it's for free now. There's nothing to take advantage of. Yeah, we're utilizing, but you're benefiting more than me. Let's put it like that.
And we fought for you to have that right.
Absolutely.
So you're welcome.
Absolutely. If it weren't for us, like you said, fight for you to come over here and have that right to come over here, cross those waters, however you got here, you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for us.
Exactly.
So, a little pat on the back, say, oh, you know what, thank you so much. I'm being humble about it, but let's give credence where credence is due.
I agree.
Yeah. But they talk real bad in your face.
Oh, yeah. They talk real greasy about black folks, man. 'Cause this one dude, man, I never forget his name. His name is Sid. He was from, where's he from? Nigeria? Mm-hmm. Either Nigeria or Kenya. I can't remember which one. But anyway, he was talking to me. We were just having a general conversation. And he looked right in my face and told me I wasn't a real black man. Mm-hmm. And I looked at him. I said, you talking to me? He said, yeah. I said, I'm not a real black man. He said, yeah. And I said, well, how black I got to be a real black man? He said, look at your complexion. I'm like, yeah, so? He said, you must have a white ancestor. I said, yeah, I do.
Wow.
I do. That's, I got a white one and I got
what they got to do with anything, though?
Nothing. But
that's how he felt,
that's just how
right?
he felt. Right. That's how he felt. He said, you're not a real black man.
Then what am I?
I'm like, dude, I got a white ancestor somewhere down the line.
We all do.
I mean, if you're born here in the United States, if you can trace your ancestry back to at least 2 generations, more likely than not, you got a white ancestor somewhere.
Absolutely.
And I'd be the first to tell anybody, yes, I do. Mm-hmm. Got some Native American ones too. So what's your point?
Wow.
So, but anyway, the brother was like, he was like, but look at you. Look at my skin. It's nice and dark. Your skin is not. And I said, okay, so what? What does that have to do with anything, man?
So unless my skin is dark like midnight, I'm not a true black man?
That's what he was telling me.
Wow.
According to his rationale. But I'm like, dude, come on, man. I'm just as black as you. This is what I told him. I said, because I can promise you right now that if we was to go outside and we both get stopped by the police, that cop is not going to ask you, are you a black man or an African man? They don't care.
I just said, y'all both get stopped without saying a word.
Yeah.
You both going to the same place.
Yeah, we still going to jail. Because they going to kick your ass like they will kick mine.
Right.
What you gonna do? Say, oh no, I'm not black, I'm African.
When you were so speaking, no, I'm not black. Listen to my tone, listen to my voice. Be like, oh, wait, don't hear no more. He has an accent.
They don't care.
Come on.
And I told him flat out, these are my exact words. As far as those white folks are concerned out there, you ain't nothing but a nigga with a funny accent.
Well, hopefully a lot of them have realized now with what's going on with all the different black men getting beat out in the street.
Yeah.
Some of them don't even have to say anything. Like this last young man, a 23-year-old, he was just standing by his friend's car, hadn't said anything to the police. He just simply turned, and they shot him in his back.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to say, so they ain't gonna know you black or Jamaican or Nigerian or whatever.
They
just go look at your skin color.
They see your skin color
and still shoot you.
Oh, nigga, boom, kill him.
Mm-hmm. So let's rethink that, brother and sister.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's rethink that because it's not like it used to be. Okay. It's dangerous out here for all of us.
I agree with you on that. Well, we don't have everybody in the chat room tonight. I'm kind of disappointed on that, but that's okay though. It happens. People got shit to do. I get it.
I'm glad we did the show though, because it needs to be said, need to be done.
Oh yeah, they can listen to the rebroadcast. Yeah, it need to be talked about, man. But like I said, man, I've always said that. And the reason why I put this picture up, that's Dr. John Henry Clark. For those of you who don't know, that brother used to always say that. He said, "Black people, we have no friends. If you want a friend, look in the mirror."
You know who also used to say that?
Who?
Dick Gregory.
Yeah, he did.
I never really understood fully.
Yeah.
But I get it.
Yeah, we don't have any allies.
I get it.
So whenever I hear a black person say black and brown, no, don't say the and brown. Keep the and brown out of your mouth. Don't say and brown. Because the and brown doesn't exist. Because whenever it comes to the and brown don't acknowledge us, so why should we acknowledge them?
Push you out there in your back for hurry up. Mm-hmm. Come get her. Yeah, which is sad.
I agree with you.
We all should have some kind of coalition, but we don't.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, it's like Paul Mooney, God bless the dead, used to always say, we're either going to run together, we're going to run separate. How are you going to run?
And it shouldn't be no us, them, they. It should be a team. It should be.
It should be a team.
We.
I mean,
It should be
because
we.
think about this for a second. There was a movement going on called the Pan African movement. Marcus Garvey they call him the father of the Pan African movement. Marcus Garvey wanted everybody from the African diaspora to come together as one. And that was his biggest thing. And that's why pretty much they brought him down, with his old organization was the UNIA. That's why they brought their organization down. They brought it down from the inside out. And they do that to every black organization. They tried to do that to the Nation of Islam. For a while, they succeeded for a minute because after Elijah Muhammad passed away, the Nation of Islam kind of like split into several groups. Okay, Louis Farrakhan comes up, and he brings the Nation of Islam back to the way it was back when Elijah Muhammad was in charge, and he succeeded, as you can clearly see.
Oh, yeah.
So, but every black organization we've ever had was brought down from the inside out.
Yeah,
the Black Panthers brought down from the inside out.
That's sad.
Yeah. So that's what they do. They don't want us to get unified. That's why I tell people to read the Willie Lynch letters. They say it's a fake, but people need to read that anyway, because that's how they do. They bring your organizations down from the inside out, and they shouldn't be doing that. Well, they do. They're gonna do it anyway.
Obviously, they're gonna do it anyway with your help or without. It's always gonna be that one.
It's always gonna be that one. Exactly.
Thinking that they're on the right side of the law.
White people.
And they end up getting USED used.
Yeah. And once they use
in
them, they break the
ways than
tools.
one.
Yeah. And once white supremacy gets finished with their tools, they break them.
They drop them.
Yeah, they break them.
Yeah.
They break them. So, that's just how it is. And that's unfortunate, but that's how it is.
Absolutely.
So for people to even think that just because that think that white is right, you're wrong.
Yeah.
But a lot of them think that way.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them think that way.
I've heard a lot of them say it too.
Oh yeah, I've heard them say it too. White is right.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right, coon. Keep on cooning.
Which is so asinine. Be like.
And I've heard my friend, and I've heard Randy Wilson, my old classmate. He told me flat out. He said, "I know that you call people a coon that don't agree with you." I said, "No, I call people a coon when they're cooning." I mean, you ain't got to agree with me. I never said that. But if you cooning, I'm gonna call you out on it. And I call several people coons, and that's exactly what they are. They're coons. You ain't got to agree with me to be called a coon. Disagree with me to be called a coon. You can agree with me and be called a coon. If you cooning, you're cooning. Plain and simple. Don't have anything to do with you disagreeing with me.
That's just what that is. Your thought process not gonna be my process, but if your thought process is effed up,
yeah, I'm gonna call you out on it.
Yeah,
plain and simple. And if you cooning, guess what I'm gonna call you? I'm gonna call you a coon.
And cooning seems to be
commonplace
very
now.
Prevalent.
Well, see, that's the thing about it. See, and that's another thing. And that's another thing about Foundation of Black Americans. We'll call our coons out.
Oh yeah.
The Candace Owens, and we'll call her out because we know she be cooning. And there's another chick out there. They call her Candace Owens 2.0. I can't remember her name right now, but she's another Candace Owens. I forgot that chick's name.
Let me see if I can figure. I don't know who that is.
I forgot that chick's name.
Candace
Owens 2.0. Yeah, Candace Owens 2.0. That's what they call her. I forgot her name. That quick.
Riley Perry.
That's it. That's her.
Let me look and see who that is.
Yeah.
What is she? She talk reckless like Candace?
Oh yeah.
On Twitter?
Oh yeah.
That's what popped up.
Yeah, that's her. That's her. Vicky Diller be tearing her new asshole every single time.
Oh, she is anti-reparations for Black Americans.
Yeah, she is.
She look black, and she black.
And like Candace Owens, she's a Caribbean immigrant.
Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. They don't want you to have nothing. They feel like they get out there and get $135 million jobs. 135 jobs to make $1. They feel like you should too. Remember they used to say Jamaicans are the hardworking people in the world. They have like 1 million jobs.
But at what cost though? That's my question. I mean, I don't mind somebody working. I mean, hell, you got 2 jobs yourself. But you also know your limits.
Let me ask you this while we're on this subject.
Yeah.
You think Trump gonna run again?
Of course he's gonna run again. He's gonna win too. I hate to say it, and I hope to God that I'm wrong. What do you think?
Yeah. The reason why I asked you this question is because I don't know if you heard or not, but Biden is building that wall. All this time, this man said he wasn't going to build no wall. Whatever Trump started was going to get torn down. They building it. They're going ahead and put the rest of it up. So what makes him any difference than Trump?
I kept telling people that.
Mm-hmm.
I kept telling people. Did I not? I kept telling people that. No.
It seemed like he said just enough to get in there, but it seemed like a lot of his ideologies are similar to Trump.
I kept telling
He's
people that.
slowly bringing them out.
And I kept telling folks that. And
that's what I'm saying. If he gonna do that, might as well put Trump back in office.
Exactly.
And it's amazing to me how many black people, black men in particular, are saying, bring Trump back. I ain't never been this much debt when Trump was in office. I had things when Trump was in office. I was like, wow.
Here's the thing about Donald Trump. I can honestly say this about Donald Trump. Donald Trump made no promises to black people. Mm-hmm. None. Mm-hmm. And we didn't expect anything from Donald Trump as black people. We didn't expect a damn thing from Donald Trump.
He told you what he was and what he was not going to do.
Exactly.
Wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right. He didn't beat around the bush.
Not at all.
You know, and like I said, personally, I could care less if Trump was in office because black people have been dealing with Donald Trump forever. We can handle Donald Trump. Mm-hmm. And I kept telling people during this election cycle, and my wife can back me up, y'all need to watch out who Joe Biden truly is. You're going to find out sooner or later who he really is. Or later is when people found out.
Right.
So, I hate to be in a told you so, but guess what? I told you. So, as far as Joe Biden is concerned, right now, the Democrats, everybody that voted for Biden is having voter's remorse right about now. And what I mean by that, you know how sometimes you go to the store, you buy something, you regret buying it after you bought it? Mm-hmm. Buyer's remorse? Yeah. Same thing with him. Voter's remorse. And I heard, who was, I think it was Al Sharpton. Yeah, it was Al Sharpton. He said that Biden stabbed black people in the back. No, he didn't. Biden did not stab black people in the back. He stabbed black people in the chest. Not only that, he showed you the knife and told you how many times he's going to stab you and how many times he's going to do what he stabbed.
I agree with that. He didn't do it behind your back.
He stabbed you in the chest.
Yeah, but we were just looking for, what was it called? The Great White Hope. And
that was the biggest mistake. And people kept on trying to shame me into voting. Oh, you need to vote because your ancestors died for your right to vote.
Right.
Yeah, but my ancestors didn't ask me to be stupid either.
Yeah. Just don't vote because of a man's skin color.
There you go. Don't vote just to be voting. That's dumb. Yeah. You vote because that person is going to serve your best interest. And I knew that Biden was going to serve our best interest. Yeah. Now, when I told people that, oh, you're going to vote for Trump. No, I'm not. I didn't vote for him either. Because he damn sure ain't got black people's best interest at heart.
And he did not lie to you and tell you that he did either.
Exactly. He didn't lie to you. The only thing Trump said when he was campaigning with black people was you have to lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I'm not a Trump fan, but you can't knock that honesty. Now, can you?
No, because I prefer you, like I said, if you're going to be racist, let me know. Just show me up front. So I don't have no, I wonder if. I don't want to have no if, ands, or buts. I want to know, you know what, that's a straight race right there. And let me deal if I want to associate with you or not.
Exactly. Let me know flat out. Yeah. I'd rather have that racism in my face.
I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. You don't like black people? Okay, cool.
Not a problem.
That's not a problem. I know how to deal with you now. And, I'll holler at you, bro.
What is it? Deal with you accordingly.
Yeah, exactly. Just don't be disrespectful.
Right.
Because, that's not cool, bro.
Watch your mouth.
Just watch your mouth. Don't let your president get your ass kicked.
Right.
And I don't know how many times I had a shirt designed just like that. It said, "Dear white people, don't let your president get your ass whooped." That shirt sold I sold quite a few of them.
Sure did.
Oh, you remember that?
I do.
Yep.
It's all like, you don't need to wear that to work. No.
And I didn't.
Quick side note, I don't know if how many of you remember or not, but on July 25th, that day marked the 50th year anniversary of the Tuskegee study, where they did the story with all the black men, which broke the news that changed how black people view and interact with the institution of medicine forever.
Didn't know that. I didn't know that.
I remember when they broke to that sad day. I mean, see, that's another thing. We don't have no friend. They give us all these placebos And we're thinking we really finna get
Well, see-
help, and they won't get nothing but sugar water.
Well, see, here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about the Tuskegee incident, and this is what really, really, really made me start looking at Roland Martin kind of cockeyed. The Tuskegee incident, for those of you who don't know, they were doing a syphilis study on black men.
Negro male.
Right. So now
600 black men.
600 black men.
With 399 given the actual syphilis pill, and 201 who didn't even have the disease.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you got people. You had black men, most of which were married. Most of them were. Now, I say about 90. I think 93% of the males in this study were married. They had wives. Okay. So you mean you tell me that all those men mess around with the same nasty ass woman and call syphilis?
And then they lied to her until they were just doing a study on bad blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were actually injecting these men with syphilis. With the syphilis virus, just to see how long they would live with it.
Right.
Okay.
And I know, and they pass that on to their wives, which probably can get pregnant and pass it on to
their
their
children.
child.
Exactly. So that's why a lot of black people have what they call white coat syndrome. It's because of that particular incident. Now, a segue back to Roland Martin, because Roland Martin had a so-called expert saying that that's not what really happened. What happened was the black men that actually had the disease, they just denied them treatment for the disease. Now, which is worse? Injecting them with the disease and knowing you got the cure for it, not giving it to them. Which is worse?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So that's what made me mad. And Roland Martin see, black people get stupid. Come on, man. Shut your fat ass up.
Well, out of the 399 men that they injected with syphilis, only 74 are still living now.
Well, surprise.
Yeah, I thought it'd be less than that.
Yeah, because they all died because they all got injected with the syphilis virus. But again, like I said, that's the reason why a lot of black people don't too much care for hospitals. I know I don't. I'd be the first to tell
I have a
anybody
lot of
that.
a lot of elderly people I know, and young people. I'm not gonna lie, there are some, especially young black men. I'll take a Tylenol, I'll take an Advil. They won't go to the doctors,
Right.
at all, unless it's just they have to. I guess no, they damn near have to see blood.
Now, I will say this though. Honestly, if push came to shove, and if my wife wanted me to go, yes, I would go. That's different. But in general, no. I'm sorry. Thank
Just
God.
for a checkup. Even though you take your vitamins, you work out, you drink your water.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing wrong with going in and get a check just to make sure you're still on the straight and narrow. Because
Exactly.
especially you're 50,
Yeah.
and you're in another plateau of your life.
Right.
The simplest things can happen. Your blood pressure can result sky high. You just not this. Your body is not functioning the same as you were when you was 21, 22.
Yeah.
So there's
your
nothing wrong
metabolism
with
slows
going.
down.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with going for a checkup.
Oh, there's nothing
but
wrong with going for a
I know
checkup.
a
I agree
lot
with
of
you.
men that just like no.
Yeah, I know it. That's pretty sad. I go get a checkup every year, to make sure I'm still pretty good. Now the doctor has told me on several occasions I need to lose weight, which I do. I'll be the first to tell anybody that I've got a little bit, chunky around the middle.
Don't bother me, baby.
Hey, my wife loves it. But anyway,
Yeah.
yes, indeed, to feed the needy. But anyway, I need to get back in shape because I would love to get back into teaching and practicing martial arts again. I told you that on several occasions. So definitely going to get back into the gym, and I know that me and my wife had talked about going back to the gym.
That's why I was
So
telling my uncle, he called earlier, and he cooked the big meal. I cooked the big meal. I said, well, I'm cooking this big meal because he going to... We going to the gym. We gonna start going back to the gym. So yeah, it's time. Just to go walk. Like I said, I love to just go walk, and that's what I do when I go. I go on a treadmill and stuff like that. Just to, especially with me having been diagnosed with osteoporosis, so I have to keep my limbs moving. I have to make sure I take my calcium and things like that. So yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. But yeah, we just 50 years. That's
50 years is a big deal for black people in general.
Right.
It really is.
And out of that study, like I said, I thought it would be less than that. 70 years still living.
Yeah. Well, that's a good
But
thing.
that's just some of the things. Okay, now, good segue. Were any of those men Mexicans?
Nope.
So what makes them, why didn't they put Mexicans through it?
Good question.
Do they not get syphilis?
Yeah.
Everybody can have everything.
Exactly. That's
And
my
in
whole
this
point.
case, reparations
and that's
is strictly for
and that's
the masses. I'm sorry.
and that's my whole point. That's exactly what I was getting at right there. That's exactly what I was getting at. Just because we ask for reparation doesn't mean that everybody has to have
That's
it.
right. It's not for everyone.
That's just for foundational Black Americans. We've been through the ringer, and nobody has given us anything for it.
And that's the story they sold us on anyway to get us here.
Yeah.
Let's just be 100 here.
Yeah, because a lot of
Did
those
they go
African...
get Mexicans and bring them over here?
No, they didn't. Hell,
Did they promise them 40 acres and a mule?
No.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys have came over here because where you were was bad and in unlivable conditions.
Right.
And that quote unquote, they came to America for a quote unquote better way of living, better way of life.
I understand
better
that.
jobs, better health care.
Yep.
But we was brought here. We were doing fine in the motherland.
Wasn't bad to nobody.
They brought us here.
Yep.
So this is two different scenarios. So what makes you think your situation should be conjoined with ours? That's the point I'm trying to make. If somebody can explain to me why they think they should get the same rights, the same reparations, anything that's owed to me on the backs of my ancestors, please explain it to me.
Again,
and I will apologize for the way I feel and what I'm saying.
I agree with you on that, and I'm with you on that. I will definitely apologize. I have no problem with that. I mean, like I said, I want somebody just to once show me where there were some Mexican slaves here in the U.S. I don't think there were any. If they're, and I know my history pretty good. I'm a pretty good historian, you know, but I don't see that.
Me neither. Well, you want to talk about the pastor who got robbed? Another day, another story. But let's I do know.
Let's talk about it.
You do? Okay. First of all, like I stated earlier, I am a Christian and God is still working on me. I have been known to be, I don't want to put that out there because something may happen to me, but I've been known to like my bling.
Yes.
But $1 million in jewelry. I mean, I know one chain can cost that, you know. He could have had one chain on. One chain in a ring could have cost $1 million. But if you look at the video, I'm thinking somebody in that church set that man up. Why did they only go for the preacher and his wife? Did nobody else in that church have on any jewelry worth getting, worth taking? They only went for the preacher and his wife. Now, mind you, he be on TikTok. What was that other one? Social media, flossing and bossing. And that shouldn't be a reason for him to get robbed, because if God has blessed, he said God has blessed him with these things, he should be able to wear those things.
Okay.
But to me, I think he got set up. What did Miriam Barry say?
The bitch set me up.
Amen.
Here is my deal. First of all, God didn't bless you with anything. Your congregation blessed you with all that.
Say it again.
Let me say it again for the people in the cheap seats. God didn't bless you with any of that. Your congregation blessed you with all that. That's number one. Number two, the reason why he got robbed is because he was flossing and bossing. That's just being real.
Yeah, he's all in his car with a big, you know.
I mean, I saw his car.
Yeah.
I saw his car. Didn't he have a Bentley?
Drop top.
A drop top Bentley. Okay? Unless your name is Sean Combs or Andre, or what's Dre's last name? Young. Unless your name was Andre Young or Sean Combs, you really can't afford no drop top Bentley. You see what I mean? But you got a drop top Bentley. You was flossing all over Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and every other social media outlet. So you brought that on yourself, bro. I don't feel sorry for you at all. I mean, granted, you should never got robbed. I mean,
Travis Scott. That's what we tried to thought of earlier. Travis Scott.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah, Travis Scott. Okay. But anyway.
You could be him because he flossing boss too.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
In the church house? Oh, that sound kind of...
I mean, that sound kind of shady to me, man. I mean, to me, when I first saw that robbery, I'm like, this is a staged robbery.
Well, let me tell you this. Y'all look at the video. He's up there preaching.
Right.
He gets down on the ground. If the camera pans to the left, it's a man sitting over there in the chair. He ain't phased at all. He ain't got up. He hadn't moved. He didn't get on the ground. He didn't do anything.
I think
he was just looking.
I think it was the staged robbery, number one. I think it did it for insurance purposes. And Think about that for a second. People do that shit all the damn time. People do that all the time.
Y'all think about it. They said he only had like 20, 25 people in the church that day.
Come on, man. I think it was a
I
stage
don't think
robbery.
20 to 25 people is paying that much in tithes that this man can afford $1 million.
I want to know how much they paying in tithes.
It could be all professionals that's dropping $1 million or more every week in the collection plate.
I want to know
but
how much
I
they paying in
don't think
tithes.
so.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think so. And if I'm not mistaken, was this in one of the boroughs? Was this Brooklyn?
Was it in Brooklyn?
No.
Here's my question.
I don't know.
Here's another question. Did any other churches get hit that day?
I haven't seen that story. No.
So, like I said, again, I think this robbery was staged for insurance purposes. That's my biggest thing. And that was being recorded. How come didn't anybody take the tape? Can I ask that again? How come didn't anybody take the tape?
They know it's been recorded because they said
that's
he was
evidence,
on live.
Right?
They said he was preaching like so. I'm pretty sure they. So that's just
They
like me when I
feed.
look at my church services on Sunday morning. It's live. It's just like me driving to the building and doing. 'Cause I know they're live.
Right.
You trying to tell me these robbers didn't know he was live?
So they couldn't have cut the feed. A smart robber will say cut. Okay, well, would say if there's any cameras, we'll ask if there are any cameras around there, and say cut the feed. A smart robber would. That's why I think this robbery was staged.
Okay, he said. They said, why did you say what you said? He said, I said, all right. It's pretty much stating that I'm not going to do anything right because I know y'all coming for me. Y'all coming straight to me. I don't want my parishioners hurt. I got women and children here. As I got down, one went to my wife and took all her jewelry and had the gun in front of my 8-month-old baby's face.
Okay.
Y'all just said it was 20 to 25 people in that church.
They didn't
Y'all haven't
said
they didn't point the gun at no one else.
They pointed the gun at you. They didn't point the gun at nobody else. They didn't get nobody's cell phones. They didn't get nobody's wallets. They didn't get nobody's wedding rings, nobody's chains, nothing else. They went straight to you.
I guess everybody else in that church had on costume jewelry except for the preacher's wife and the preacher. Everybody else had on what is it? Glass. Everybody had on glass.
Again,
everybody had no diamonds.
Again, I think this robbery was staged.
I think so. He even said they was coming for me. How you know they was coming for you? They came in through the back of the church.
They came in through the back of the church.
So that means if they came through the back, that means they passed 20 to 25 people to get to you, sir.
Exactly. And how'd they get there in the first? How'd they get from the back of the church anyway? Ain't the church all supposed to be locked in the back?
Sometimes they do. Sometimes they be open.
But for the most part, they're locked in the back, right? So you can come through the front entrance, correct?
I don't know.
I'm thinking it was staged. I mean, I just think it was the staged robbery.
Yeah. I mean, but if it's not, God be with him. I hope nothing happens to him and his wife going forward, because they say when they hit you once, they hit you again.
I mean, what do you think, babe? I mean, honestly, what do you think? Honestly.
Well, they're trying to say that this all happened because he made headlines because he was standing up for the shooting of one of the Goldman Sachs employees in New York City on the subway.
I heard about that.
And they said because he gave his opinion and made a stern statement about it, they feel like it's retaliation because of that. But from them hands I saw of the bad guy that was punching him in his chest, making him take off his necklace, they look black.
So why would they be protesting something? No, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I think the robbery was staged. I think it was staged.
And he said it's not about me being flashy. It's about me purchasing what I want to purchase.
No, it's about you being flashy.
It's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase.
And I agree with you on that.
If I work hard for it, I can purchase what I want to purchase. Well, purchase on, brother.
I agree with him on that. I mean, is your money. I would never ever tell another person what to do with their money. That's your money. You earned it. Hey, it's your business. I don't care.
He shows off extravagant wealth, Louis Vuitton, embellished suits, large jewelry, flashy cars. It was a rapper who just got shot not too long ago. he called out the young man. He had this big old stack of money up to his face and said, I'm at the house now, come through.
That was stupid.
They came through, and what happened?
And he got robbed.
Boom, he gone.
He got robbed.
You call them to the
You put
door,
yourself
they
out
open
there.
the door, and they take. Yeah.
If you put yourself out there,
Yeah.
then that's what's going to happen. Now, I agree with the preacher. Whatever you do with your money, that's your business.
Right, you ready to wear what you want to wear.
Yeah, wear what you want to wear, and whatever. It don't matter. But when you put yourself out there like that, and again, like I said, I got too many questions when it comes to this robbery. Man, why would they target him and they didn't target his parishioners?
Because some people don't deal well with bragging
No, they don't.
and flossing and bossing.
Exactly.
Especially as a preacher, because a preacher's supposed to give all he have to the poor.
Yeah.
So here you are flashing brushes. So kudos to them. I wish no ill will nobody, preacher or what you call Joe Osteen, charlatan. But brother, I hope this is not no insurance scam.
I think it is. That's just my personal opinion.
And let's talk about this before we get out of here.
Okay.
What's going on with this heat? I walked outside the other day, and like I told my uncle today, I'm not a real big cusser, but I said, God damn. I could even open the door and lock the door. The heat hit me in my face. And I left here around 9:15 a.m.
Babe, how do you think I feel every morning? I keep what do I say whenever I hit that door? Damn, it's hot.
And his body be hot too. I don't remember it being this hot when we were young. Either we just didn't recognize it because we were so happy to be outside playing, but I don't remember it being this hot. What's going on with the world? And they said it's hot in places that it never get hot in before.
It's hot, man. It's just hot. I don't want to quote Bible prophecy or anything like that, but I can honestly tell y'all that a lot of things that's going on right now in this world has been prophesied in the Holy Scriptures. It really has. So I don't want, but again, I don't want to have that kind of a show because I'm not a.
Now I just want to talk about the heat. We ain't got to bring the Bible into
no,
it. Where is this heat coming from?
This heat is.
I think this is Trump. If y'all get Trump back in there, all this heat gonna go away.
This heat. That's a good one. This heat is just flat out disrespectful.
God, this heat didn't come until y'all made that man lose.
It's flat out disrespectful.
It's worse than disrespectful. This is damn near put him in jail under jail.
Because here it is right now. It's 5 minutes after 9 and it's 95 degrees.
That's too hot.
And the sun is and there's no sun out there.
It is too hot. So please check on your family members, especially the elderly.
The ones that don't have central heating air, please check on them. Because I'm telling you right now, these air conditioners are working overtime.
Because I know I said some choice words when I got my electric bill, and now I'm walking around every time he leave out of the room, he can barely be out there. Cut the light out.
Yep.
Why you in here in that light on? I mean, I just feel like whoever electric company, TXU, Reliant, whoever you have, I think they're price gouging because everybody else was. Gas prices was high, food costs was high, so I guess the electric company like, you know what, let us get a piece of this pie too. Because there is no way my electric bill almost doubled. When I got my statement, I'm thinking, damn, did I forget to pay the bill last month? That was 1 month statement, almost $300. And we're not in a home yet. Let's just put it like that. We're not in a home yet. There's no way I should be paying $300 for a light bill.
It's the same deal. Well, I almost got everything out of my apartment. It's the same deal in my apartment. It's high as a cat's back. And I ain't even there.
That's what I saw. Why you there? You hardly there. Think you went there like maybe 2 or 3 times a week or something?
If that.
Price gouging.
I gotta go in there and check on my fish because I gotta get them ready to move here.
Right.
But for the most part, it's the same deal, man. It's the same deal. I'm hardly ever there.
So y'all just do what you can. I know they have a lot of programs out there to help you, assist you with paying, but check on each other, y'all.
Please.
Cause there's been several people who's died from heat strokes too.
Heat exhaustion.
So stay hydrated. And I'm sorry I brought this. This has nothing to do with Foundation of Black America, but it made me cuss. So I know I'm not the only one that's out here feeling it. It's just too hot, and I think it's all a conspiracy from the camp of Trump. I really do.
Well, y'all.
Well, good show, love.
Yes.
Like always.
Always a good show.
Congratulations again on 2 years.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, babe. And I thank you for doing it with me.
Absolutely.
I couldn't have a better co-host than my lovely wife.
I was intimidated, but I think I'm getting the hang of it now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that first show, y'all, she was real nervous.
More than the first one.
Man, she was nervous as hell. I can tell. But she came into it, y'all. I'm proud of her.
I found myself.
She found herself, man. I'm proud of her because of it.
I like doing it. It makes me think, make me do homework, learn. I was already a news person anyway, but now it makes me really read the story with more of a sympathetic eye,
right,
and an understanding heart to know something's going on in this world that's unfathomable.
I agree with you on that one, man.
And it's mostly with Black Americans.
Yeah, because like I said, man, this the reason why I did this podcast is because I didn't see very many podcasts out there that was keeping Black people informed about what was going on. I mean, every time you turn on the podcast, you see a whole bunch of ratchet bullshit behavior. And that got on my nerves because, you know, I love Black women. Lord knows I do. I'm married to one. And I hate to see those podcasts where Black women acting damn fools.
I'm not going to sit up here in front. You know me. I love my ratchet TV.
Now, granted, my wife loves her ratchet television.
I love ratchet music. I love my hood music.
I don't have a problem with that.
But it's a time and a place. All the time, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm talking about. All the damn
But some
time.
of the stuff they do now, I be like, come on, man. Y'all got to be doing that for the cameras.
Exactly. I agree with you on that.
You got to be.
And that's the reason why I did this podcast, man. I want to keep people informed. You know, that's why I said that, you know, the thing of damn, I didn't mean to do that. But that's why I said that, you know, that's why I put the books out there so Black people can actually get informed and educate themselves. Because there's an old joke. If you want to keep something from a Black person, put it in the book. Right. Because Black people don't read. And I don't like to hear about people saying stuff like that. You know, we need to, I agree, you know, Black people do need to keep themselves informed. That's why I put the books out there so that they can keep themselves informed. But again, I thank you for doing this show with me.
Absolutely.
I love it.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hey, not a problem. I love that. And of course, I love you.
I love you more.
And, you know, 2 years down, hopefully another 20 to go.
I said 200,000.
200,000 to go.
To go.
Exactly. So, you know.
But
anyway.
always remember, guys, tell a friend.
Yeah.
Hit that subscribe
Smash the
button.
likes, man. Smash the likes.
Hit the notification when you know we're going live. And as always, utilize the email address at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah.
And send us some of your thoughts. Send us your thoughts on the show. Send us topics to speak on.
Oh, yeah.
And call the number. Just put it on your calendar to call Sundays at 6:30.
Yeah, I'm going to change that time on that.
See what we're going to talk about and give us your opinion, because we would love to hear it.
Exactly, man. So I guess I'll get out of here so I can grab my wife's booty some more.
Oh, God. And here we go.
What?
You just like Trump. Ground body pusher.
No. I just grab her booty, y'all. I just grab her booty, y'all. Yeah. She likes it. She likes it. Trust me. Yeah. But anyway. Okay, all jokes aside, I'm Reggio.
And I am Mimi, the lady, the booty grabber.
And we out.
Bye.